Bloop, bloop.
Testing 1, 2. Mother.
Really? Do you really have? This is how we're really gonna start off this damn podcast by this way. Luckily, we're gonna delete this at the end of the day anyway. So I'm like, damn.
Alright, how's it going, everybody?
What's up?
This is John Konavi. Little baseball segment we're doing. Gonna go over some Cubs, Sox, potential free agent moves. Off-season signings, potential trades. Joined by Michael Perez, Tony Anaya, Nick Carrillo. Jose's here, you just can't see him, and of course Eric Avila, the A in JCA, is with us in spirit. What's going on, fellas?
What's up, man? Talking some baseball in the winter or what?
Absolutely, man. It's gonna be interesting to see when it all starts, since there's no winter meetings this year.
I know, right? I mean, yeah, who's gonna make some good trades? I mean, obviously the free agency is pretty good. Yeah, especially this year's free agency is pretty good this year. I like it a lot. Not really a little bit big names, nothing too blockbuster. Like, you don't have your Trouts moving, you don't have your top 5 players, right? But you got some key players that are in there that can do some damage if they put it in the right team.
And I feel like we got more free agents this year just because a lot of teams were hesitant to trade with the 60-game season we had. So that's why I think it's a good list of free agents.
Exactly.
A lot of teams, but let's go ahead and talk about our teams.
Yeah, you want to do Cubs first? Let's do Cubs first, yeah?
Let's do it. Let's do the second best team in Chicago first. No one said the best for last.
Yeah, right. So honestly, like I was telling John, right? Like me, I'm a huge baseball guy, right? Like you can see my profile pic. I have my Cubs shit on, right? I have my Cubs stuff on. But recently, about a couple of months ago, not even a couple years ago, I switched into the Sox. You guys, John, I've been going to a lot of Sox games a lot more often now. I don't know what it is. Living on the South Side, I live over here by near Oak Lawn. Like it's a lot easier going to Sox games, right? But as you can see, I'm gonna have a lot of info on the Cubbies because that was my team for 10 years, right? But then and then obviously I got a little bit of info on the Sox too, right? But one thing I do want to talk about it, man. You know what? This core. I don't know how you guys feel about this core right now, but man, honestly, they're paying way too much money, a lot of money for this core to be just to be so hard. I mean, look, honestly, let me honestly stating the obvious. The Cubs have too much involved into I say core because honestly, it's been a good core. Don't get me wrong. The core is, I mean, there's many organizations that will kill for that core that they had or have had, whatever.
They have.
Yeah, they have, right? But I mean, come April, it's gonna be had because a lot of people are gonna be moving. Because I mean, let's be real. The Cubs got all these guys in the farm system, right? And they can't afford all these big names anymore. They can't afford the Baez, the Schwarbers, the Hendricks, you name it, Rizzo. The thing about it though, who's gonna stay, who's gonna go, right? Because like I was saying before, the Cubs have
we're not live.
Oh.
Come on, Jose. I just refreshed our page.
You're live. You're live on the Javi page.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, my bad.
No, so but back to it though, these Cubs have a lot of money, and just for them to be paying average players, I don't know. Maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe it's due to the unique season that we had, with the COVID. But a lot of your core players for the Cubbies, I mean, you have your Schwarber, Baez, Rizzo, Wilson, and Bryant.
When you say does that mean you're off the wagon?
Well, I mean, honestly, look, the wagon started because there was a lot of Cub fans that I felt like were there because of the 2016 season, and I hate that stuff, right? I'm a true baseball fan. I could watch Little League, college, high school, you name it. I'm there for it, right? But I felt like the Cubbies are having a lot of bandwagon fans. That's why I kind of jumped ship. But to your point, John, right? But you have your Schwarbers, your Baez, your Rizzos, Wilsons, Bryants, and guess what? They're all batting under 240. Schwarber batting a 180. I mean, like I said, maybe I'm jumping the ship a little bit too quick, and maybe it was because of COVID. You never know. I don't know what it is, but man, you can't have these players betting like this. Because I mean, let's be let's be real. Out of all these core players, most of them are pretty much they're good bets. They're great bets. Maybe for Baez, he has a great glove, but other than that, like Rizzo, he's gonna be your Gold Glover, obviously. But Baez, Wilson too. Wilson has a good glove, but man, I don't see the Cubs having everybody, all six of them, all five of them, staying intact. What do you guys think?
Well, honestly, if I'm not mistaken, this is the last year for everybody as far as the core.
What do you mean?
So,
Like everybody's leaving?
no, like this is the last year left on their contract is the one coming up.
Yeah, honestly, for some of them, for example, like you got Chris Bryant in arbitration, right? Like, but here's the thing though, you got Chris Bryant coming at $21 million next year in arbitration. So I'm not gonna lie to you. You have Chris Bryant batting, he's batting close to two something, and like seven home runs. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's not. You're not paying a guy 20 mil to not bat at least close to 300.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I think this season right here hurt his self value because obviously I know he's gonna look out for his pocket as well. He wants to stay with the Cubs. That was his team that he drafted him and everything like that. But I'm not gonna lie to you. I think if a team comes up, for example, maybe like the Braves, maybe even the Dodgers, because the Dodgers, even though they signed Mookie Betts, they are gonna let go of the redheaded dude. What's his name?
Turner.
Yeah, they're gonna let go of Turner. And honestly, if the Dodgers come ringing the doorbell at, some good players, some good prospects, I can see the Cubs moving David Bodie, who was your guy's best player last year, offensively.
Mhm.
Even though he only played or started under 15 games. That's a different point I want to talk about. But your best offensive player, starting only 10, 15 games, he could be moved to third base. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what you guys think. Maybe you guys can chime in.
Well, honestly, I had sorry,
No,
I
you're good.
actually have in my notes Chris Bryant possibly being traded to the Dodgers because they need a third baseman over there.
Yeah.
And I mean, they were shopping him last offseason, and I think this year it's more urgent to sign him because he only has 1 year left. He has arbitration coming up. He's gonna get paid to 20 mil.
I'm not gonna. I mean, here's the thing though. Right? But here's the thing though. He's had up and down seasons. 2019, he had an
Oh, right.
all-star decent season. Not the best I would say, right? But 2020 came around, just like Baez, just like Schwarber. They had a terrible season.
I do think Bryant is one of the names that the Cubs are. I guess I wouldn't want to say giving up on, but they're definitely going to move him. I
He
think
said
he's
who
going to
again?
be a key. Huh?
Who?
Bryant.
Oh yeah,
I really think they're done with him.
The reason being is because I mean, honestly, the only thing that they have going for them, when I say them as a core, they're household names, right? Like
Right.
you have like so many names that could put a lot of seats. I mean, they could fill a lot of seats. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, like I said, and I said it 3 or 4 times already. Man, this season for them was terrible, and I don't know if it was lucky for them. Maybe they all stayed because the Cubs can afford them on a cheaper deal. Man, I really don't know. I really don't know what's gonna happen, but I do see out of all the people, Bryant for sure. That's one person that they for sure can be like, hey, you know what? Let's move on with him because, like I said, a lot of money's owed, and ever since he had his shoulder injury, he hasn't been the same person.
Unfortunately, he has not been the same.
I don't know. What do you Cubbies fans think? I don't know.
I think it's time to blow it up, straight up. Like if I were them, I'd probably trade everyone except for Rizzo. Straight up.
Oh, wait. Wilson?
Yeah.
No.
Well,
Yeah,
Rizzo already resigned.
But like Caratini's shown that he can hold his own.
Yeah, but here's the thing though: is Caratini a top 5 elite catcher in the league?
No.
He's not. But and same thing I was talking to John about. There's a lot of talent, third base, shortstop, second base, you name it, right? Outfield. But in the catchers, once you get a good catcher, you got your Yadier Molinas, you have your Yasmani Grandals, your JT Realmuto, which is a free agent this year. and Wilson Contreras. I mean, maybe I'm missing a couple, maybe 2 or 3 more catchers, but to say I don't think there is even a top 5 catcher list. Maybe top 4, top 5, maybe pushing it. But I'm gonna say right now, once you have an elite catcher, you got to hold on to that, just like the Cardinals did with
Yachty.
Yadier Molina, because like I said, catchers are hard to come by. They could be really good offensively and extremely good on defense, especially like Wilson is.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I don't know because, like I said before, the Cubs are looking to spend money. I think. I don't think they're. I think they got to wait too much already with like 5 or 6 years with a lot of rookie contracts. For example, I mean, I want to chime in.
I mean, they did it the right way. Win while everybody's selling the rookie deals. Unfortunately, though, they weren't able to win more.
Yeah, and that's one thing, right? Like maybe we're being too. I don't know. Maybe we're asking for too much, right? But I remember when I was a Cub fan in 2013, whatever, 2014, or not even when I was a Cub fan, my dad as a kid taking me to the Cubs game that in 03, 04, I would die for a World Series. So by having one in 2016, maybe we're maybe I would say it was a bust. It's too extreme, but I mean, hey, they brought all these guys in. They brought in your what's his name, Theo Epstein. They brought him in to do exactly what he did. I mean,
He did
I
his
think,
job.
yeah, I think it was a success.
Yeah.
Obviously, what was it? 3 NLCSs in 4 years. For me, that's a success. I mean, obviously, we couldn't have that much hardware to show for it, but I mean, have just winning one of them in 2016 and most of them being on rookie contracts. Addison Russell. The only person you were paying, honestly, was Dexter Fowler, Don Lester. Rizzo was getting paid like $8 million, which was the highest in the infield. Like you guys, they did it. They did it very, very well. I mean, kudos to them. Theo Epstein, like they did it like textbook. They didn't spend any money. They just got a lot of farm system, and they developed them right. I mean, that's exactly what you have to do. But now that all the talent has grown, what are you gonna get for them? Are you gonna keep them, or are you gonna trade them off? That's something that we're gonna find out in the next couple of months, right?
Real quick before we hear from Nick, we got Jose on Facebook. Jose Contreras saying the Cubs do need to blow it up. It's crazy because he's a Cubs fan. So you have another Cubs fan agreeing that it's time for the Cubs to blow it up. He did bring up Theo, as you did, Mikey, saying Theo should be leaving soon, which is true. I think once you blow up, I guess, the core, then it should be time for Theo to leave. And then he also says, I agree, Rizzo and Contreras should be the only ones you keep.
Rizzo Contreras. Yeah, honestly, Rizzo, he's been there since
he's been there since before they were, since before they came. The Cubbies.
The golden era.
The dynasty.
Yeah. But yeah, man. What's up, Nick? What you got to say about the subject?
I think it is time to blow it up. But I don't think you should get rid of Rizzo or Contreras because, like you said, Contreras has been an all-star for I think twice already with Baez. When I think it was 2017, 2018, they were both all-stars. Yeah. And then Rizzo, he's just the heart of the Cubs. But then also like I felt like the reason why Baez was had a rough year is because they definitely slapped him in the face with drafting a shortstop from the 2020 draft. That was definitely a slap.
That should have made him play with the chip on his shoulder.
That's what I was gonna say. I mean, first it depends on what kind of person you are, right? It seems like he's really cocky, right? Seems like a really cocky dude. But ain't nothing wrong with being cocky. But hey, nothing wrong with being cocky. But that should have.
He backs it up defensively. I give him that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. Maybe the shortstop signing with what was his name? It was the kid from the World Series. What was it?
Ed Howard.
Yeah, from the World Series, from the Jackie Robinson League, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, but you know what? I have been hearing a lot of Cubs fans say it was because they took away I don't know the specifics, but it was like they took away some kind of video of pitching, right? But then again, I should have looked up on it before I even brought up the point, but I don't know what it was, but there was some kind of video that was taken away from players that they couldn't study the pitchers. But the thing about it, though, it should have had a negative impact on everybody. And it seems
I
like
never
some.
been asked to, but you
What
know,
is it?
I seem like Javi's just gone back to his big swings, man.
I'm
You know,
telling you,
he's
man.
not.
He's not going for the doubles or
He got
triple. I mean, he's not going for the doubles and singles anymore. He's going for the triples and home runs.
But to be honest, though, I think. Well, hold on. Before I get my guys, Nick, you thinking anybody else we should move around or not keep?
I definitely think you should move around because I think the only people you should keep are, Contreras, Rizzo, and Ian Happ. I feel like Ian Happ did very well in the postseason. I think he was our best
Yeah.
offensive in the
Well,
postseason.
Ian Happ started off as the best player on the Cubs at the beginning of the year.
Right. And
The season, I should say, not year.
but then also we're paying way too much money for Jason Hayward and Albert Almora. He's really not producing anymore. He kind of lost his job already. And then Kyle Schwarber, I mean, David Ross only plays him when he feels like it.
Yeah.
So
Which is crazy because we all thought going into the year he was automatically slotted in for DH
exactly.
every game.
Man, he's defensively he's a liability. He has a good arm. Don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of plays that I've seen it a little easy pop fly, and it's right off the palm of the glove. I haven't seen it this year though. I'm not gonna lie. He maybe got a little better, but man, defensively, that guy was an eyesore, man. I swear to God. But hey, I always told John, even back in the day, he would be a perfect person in the AL. Honestly.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, he's
Sure.
good for DH, which is why I honestly think he gets traded this year to the
For sure.
American League, the
Mm-hmm.
team that needs a young DH. I mean, because you see it now, the most popular guys DH wise are the guys that are getting old already. The Nelson Cruz, the Edwin Encarnacion. It's time for some young guys to start taking over DH.
Don't get me started on Edward, man. Don't get me started on Edward. But no,
I'll be right back.
not for sure. No, but Tony, do you want to chime in on this, man? Maybe, or is it kind of the same thing that we're talking about here?
No, I completely agree. I think he probably is gone just because, yeah, like you said, he's defensive liability. Like, I remember seeing some plays. This dude's jogging to the ball. I'm like, bro, what are you doing?
Right.
Yeah, no, he doesn't know how to cut the ball off. I think, right?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously growing up, I played a little baseball here and there. I even played in high school. I never played the outfield, right? But so I mean, you could probably say I don't know what I'm talking about, but man, when he's out there, when you see other talent, like for example, like Hayward, he saves triples and doubles for you guys all the time with his arm, and also the way he cuts off the ball. Obviously, I know speed has to come into play into that as well, and reading the ball. But man, you could tell that he was a catcher. And literally, he was a catcher moved to the left field because his bat. I mean, you cannot have that bat on the bench, right? That's why, as a catcher, he had to, because you had Wilson Contreras. There is no way you're gonna have Wilson Contreras. I'm sorry, on defense, you're not gonna have Kyle Schwarber start over Wilson Contreras. That's why I think Madden moved him into just like a left field, because the Cubbies use left field as like, hey, anybody who's betting good, go out there.
Right.
I even saw Pedro Stroop play left field one time for you guys. It's like they used to use left field as like, hey, you're batting good, go out there, right? I seen Brian out there. Who else have I seen? Brian. I seen Bodie. I seen a lot of crazy people going out there at left field.
I'm
But
surprised you haven't seen Rizzo out there.
I was telling them, I don't know if you heard this, but I even saw Pedro Stroop take a pop up in left field. So hey, I don't know what the Cubs are doing, but it feels like Joe Madden coming from the AL had a best offensive team out there, but sometimes that left field, man, he messed you up a little bit, man. But we'll see, man. We'll see what happens with the quote unquote core and who stays and who goes. But
I think it's interesting that all you guys picked for, or I guess to say, did not pick for Baez to stay, because that's the one guy I think is untouchable for the Cubs.
Yeah, so
he's the one that fills the most seats right now for the Cubs. ESPN covers him. I mean, as much as offensively, I think he's really overrated. He's not clutch, in my opinion. But he's the face of the Cubs,
yeah,
worldwide.
He definitely is.
Which is why I think he stays. I mean, they did bring up, they drafted a young kid, but I mean, I can imagine he's gonna stay in the minors 5 years.
I mean, I want
they can trade him and buy his stays hot. because Baez is still relatively young. I mean, it could be something like, how, so similar to how the Red Sox traded Yohan Moncada, for a big arm. That's something that if the recent shortstop the Cubs drafted becomes big in the minors, that's something they can do if they still have Javi Baez locked up long term.
Right. I also want to add on. I mean, I don't think Ed Howard would stay that long, 4 to 5 years, because if you think about it, Nico Horner didn't even stay a year. I mean, they called him up late in, I think, 2019.
Yeah.
I mean, and again, this past season he played. I think he started at second base.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I mean,
and then also like with Baez, you can also move him to third base. He's also played third base, second base, short. He's very like a utility player,
yeah.
which
You know what?
I think would be good for him.
And to piggyback what Nick is saying, man, you know what? The second base depth over there on that team is looking pretty thin right now because I don't see Jason Kipnis being your missing piece.
No.
You got Jason Kipnis, you got and especially him because he's gone. I don't see the Cubs signing him again. He's a free agent after this year, so I don't see the Cubs signing him. So I do
lucky
think
for the Cubs, there's a lot of second base free agents this year.
Well, but here's the thing about
go to free agency.
Yeah, I don't think they will because I think when it comes to infield, they're good. They got Bodie, which is their best offensive player, and I mean, hopefully they hold on to him. They got Bodie playing second base, or you can have Nico Horner, like Nick said. I think with the infield, the Cubs are stacked deep, right?
Yes.
The outfield, the center field in particular, and second base, that's what worries me for the Cubbies. I mean, not talking about bullpen. That's a whole different animal right there. Bullpen, center field, and second base. But
pitching too now. You got a couple arms. You got to decide whether to bring back or not. John Lester already has been let go.
Yeah, John Lester got let go, and then, man, you know what?
Quintana's free agent. Chadwood's a free agent. Who's the guy that came up? Mills, you got to decide if he's going to be a rotation piece next year.
Yeah, so you got John Lester, obviously.
Before we go into pitching, though, I want to just touch on the core as far as my thoughts.
Yeah.
I definitely think it's time to blow it up now so that you can trade them and get pieces instead of losing those guys in free agency. I know, I think I put this on our page earlier. I think the Cubs should trade Wilson Contreras and sign JT Realmuto.
Well, but here's the thing, though. And
I know they're not trying to spend money. But as far as they'll have a big star at the catcher replacing a guy, but you're going to get a lot of pieces for Contreras.
But here's the thing about it, though. So offensively, who would you rather have, JT or would you have Wilson? Now, mind you, I've watched a lot more at bats with Wilson because I'm obviously he's from Chicago and I watch the Cubs games and Sox games. But I mean, honestly,
I'd rather have JT
on the base bets, Wilson. Defensively,
Wilson, behind the plate, I'd rather have Wilson, but offensively, you need JT.
But so let's get this right. So let's act like we're playing MLB The Show here. So you got good defense with Wilson, better defense with Wilson, better speed with Wilson, and how far behind is Wilson from JT? Not that far at all.
Not that far. And also, JT's already 31 years old. He's
right, but if the Cubs don't plan on re-signing Contreras after next year, then you lose in a free agency, and you gotta hope there's a big name catcher next year, or who's the next guy up for the Cubs?
Honestly, they don't have anybody. They don't have. Well, from my understanding, I'm pretty sure
they have. Hold on.
Miguel Amaya.
Amaya, there you go.
Amaya, yeah, he's good. He's good.
Yeah, he's one of the future prospects that's coming up, but.
Jose on Facebook says he'd rather have Wilson, which is true. I mean, but to be honest, I would say lock up Baez and Wilson if you can. Everybody else can go.
What you can do, you can also get Rizzo.
Rizzo's an option though, so he's back next year. He's not going to go anywhere this off season.
Yeah,
like I said, I do think Brian is gone. Hayward's contract is going to be a hard contract to move. Yes,
they're not going to be able to move it
defensively, but I don't think you're going to be able to move it. Honestly, if you're going to move a big contract, now's the time to move you Darvish after the year he just had. But I don't think
yeah, dude.
You can't, bro. Like you can't. Like with the Cubbies and
like a desperate team will take that contract. Compared to last year, no one was gonna take.
Oh, no, of course,
Right
no.
now,
Yeah, after the season he had, no, of course, like people are gonna be
right
like,
now
man,
is the time you can move him and get the most out of him right now, and that's a way to clear some cap or clear some money off the books if you're
but
really trying to move him. I mean, think about it. They can move Bryant. They can move you Darvish. You're stuck with Hayward.
but the thing, so no, how about this though, right? But like when it comes to the offense, I think that's where the Cubs have to lighten up their checkbooks, right? Because look, you got John Lester leaving, Tyler Chatwood, right? I know he sees some rotation time. You got Jose Q, which the Cubs shouldn't let go because they dropped a lot of people for that guy.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
But I mean, that's not here or there. You can't keep the guy because you pretty much let go of one of the top prospects and Dylan Cease, which I mean, Dylan Cease doesn't seem that much. Let's be real. But
But he got a lot of raw talent. He just got to get it together. Which the Sox got a new pitching coach that might be able to help him out with that.
yeah,
Going
but
to the Facebook comments real quick. Sorry, Mikey. Jose added exactly Wilson is young with a lot of upside. And then he also said, it's sad we are even here right now with this team. With this team, the championship window should have been a lot bigger.
well, I mean, technically, but you had a team that was a little bit almost up to par with you guys, the Dodgers. So honestly, if it wasn't for the Dodgers, and I know it's silly for me to say when you take out one of the top 5 elite teams, but when you take out the Dodgers, how many championships do you think the Cubs would have had? 2 for sure, maybe 3. Because 2017, they played
the
the
Dodgers
Dodgers.
barely won it this year. I don't think the Cubs would have won it the past years.
Yeah, maybe
I mean,
so.
think about the Cubs have just kind of been. They kept bringing back the same teams every year since they won, and that's exactly why we're right here right now. I mean, yeah, you can bring this team back next year, and just looking at the team's roster, there's championship hope. But we've all seen firsthand it's the names don't show up all at once. They can't rekindle that magic. And I'm always going to say, without the trade for Aroldis Chapman, the Cubs wouldn't have won a World Series.
Oh, that's for sure.
They've been bleeding for a closer ever since.
I mean, honestly, without Aroldis Chapman, who closed out those games for you? Pedro Strop? The only thing he has is a slider. Thank God.
I think Mike Montgomery closed him out most of them.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't. Maybe it's
Not reliable.
It's not even reliable. I just don't see Mike Montgomery coming in. Bottom of the 8th, bottom of the 9th, tied up. Against the Indians or against the Dodgers or I mean
even the years after that. Like if you want to play the devil's advocate and say the Cubs make it, if the Dodgers are out, they're gonna beat the Astros, they're gonna beat the Red Sox in the World Series.
Yeah.
I
don't see Chatwood. Not Chatwood. I don't see what's his name?
Chapman.
What is it?
Chapman?
No, not Chapman. The guy saying to replace him.
Oh,
no, what's his name?
Montgomery.
Montgomery. Sorry, yeah, Montgomery. I had a brain fart. I don't see Montgomery going toe to toe with him.
Even then, I don't think the Cubs' rotation would match in a World Series against any of the last AL teams that have represented the.
Yeah,
the
but
Red Sox,
no, but
And
now go for it.
And right now, the Cubs, they face the Marlins, but the people that pitched against them were Sandy Alcantara and Sisto Sanchez, and those guys are throwing 99, and our guys throwing.
Dude, those dudes throw gas.
So it's just
Sanchez was nasty.
Yeah, but I mean, it's definitely younger guys are throwing harder, and it's right now, especially in the NL Central, I think the guy that throws the hardest is Jack Flattery. He throws 96. So go
My
ahead.
guy Justin on Facebook says Ryan Tepera is the answer. He said Ryan Tepera is the answer. Not sure if you guys caught that, but he got an accidental MVP vote.
Oh my God,
It was so funny.
I don't think it even happened, but anywho. No, but actually, John, to against your point, how you were saying to get rid of Yu Darvish. I mean, honestly, man, like we're all saying here, and I think anybody watches the Cubs games, man, that rotation is already spread out thin. They're gonna let go. Lester. Obviously, they already didn't pick up his option.
They already let go of Lester.
They're
I
already.
really don't think Chatwood comes back.
He's not. I mean,
No,
okay,
he's not.
even if
I
he
would,
does,
Or
I wouldn't
Keith
sign him
Adams.
again.
and even if he does, you get him cheap. Okay, fine, but he's not going to be your 1 or 2 or 3, maybe not even your 4th.
There's some reliable arms out there that the Cubs can go sign, but I know they want to they want to move some money first in order to spend money. So it's gonna be a
And
little
that,
hard.
and that's why I think they're going to do it on the offensive side because because of the pitching,
So
you
you're
got
just gonna bleed
yeah,
your pitchers dry so you can get out of
exactly
them?
like that's already an area of opportunity for them. And Quintana, you got Andrew Chafin, which he did okay, but he's somebody who's a free agent as well. You got Jeremy Jeffries. You got pretty much, and then on
He
top
did
of that,
great. Jimmy Jeffries did great.
yeah, he did good.
Jeremy Jeffries he snapped. It was
Yeah.
definitely the games I seen him pitch. There were some nail biters, but he did his thing. Now the question is, do the Cubs trust him in the closer role going forward?
Well, not yet. I mean, maybe I don't know. Maybe
Oh, that's
I
another
never.
contract. Craig Kimbrell. You need to get rid
Yeah,
of that.
I don't think they have a choice.
That's a contract they definitely need to move. Craig Kimbrell.
Nobody's
No
gonna
one
like that though.
wants him.
Oh no, nobody.
I mean,
Going back to Facebook, Justin Lee says the Cubs have to keep Yu Darvish. It's true. I was just
Yeah.
mentioning earlier, if the Cubs wanted to trade him, now's the time to trade him. His stock is high. But he says they have a thin rotation, so they got to keep that 1-2 punch of Yu Darvish and Kyle Hendricks, which is true. You pretty much you got two aces right there. He says as far as closers, Hader's on the market, which is true. I did
Who?
hear that. Josh Hader for the Brewers.
Oh, he's on the market?
Yeah, the dude with the blonde hair. Wait, no, he's not in the market, but I think the Brewers are.
He's not a
So
free
he's not a
agent,
free
He's
agent.
on a 1-year deal, I think.
Yeah, he's not a free agent, but I think the Brewers are looking to blow pretty much everything up, including
Yeah,
the stadium too,
the
man.
Brewers might be looking to blow it up as well.
Everything. Yeah, but yeah, man, we'll see. Like I said, we'll see what the Cubs have in store. But hey, man,
Real quick. No, just to go. So while we're on the Cubs, before we move over to the better team of Chicago, is there any free agents that you see the Cubs making a move for?
Colton Wong.
Colton Wong.
Colton Wong.
I'm honestly surprised the Cardinals let that guy go.
No, he declined his option. I think.
He
I think he declined it. I think he declined it.
Declined the qualifying offer.
honestly, I mean, call me crazy, right?
Oh, my
Master-
about to get fouled, bro.
Master Shifu Tanaka. I see him coming. To the
Get
Cubs.
out of here. Hell no.
I can see that. He can fit in as a number 3. He can
Master
fit in as a
Chief.
number 3.
He could look. Honestly, he's averaging 25 starts a season, 3 ERA. I mean, he's not gonna make your bullpen worse. He's gonna generate a lot of interest from a lot of teams. I don't think the Cubs play. I don't think the Cubs paying a lot of money for him. But here's the thing about it, though. They're gonna get drowned out by the Yankees deal. I know the Mets are looking for some starting pitchers too, but like I said, he's gonna be a lot of interest is gonna come his way. I just don't. It will be nice to see the Cubs land him, but honestly, man, I really don't see the Cubs going all out for that guy. But I'll
Well,
love
so
to see.
far, so my boy agrees with both of your points so far. He said Colton Wong is exactly what the Cubs need, and DJ LeMahieu. And then he says Tanaka's a good name for them.
Yeah, of course, Master Shifu is
Says he's gonna put stress on the bullpen with 5 or 7 inning starts. But,
Hey guys, but one thing about the Cubbies though, we're talking about the field. What y'all gonna do about Theo Epstein? I don't think he's coming back.
He's done.
He's not coming back. So the
but
contract.
he doesn't need to come back. He did his job. He won them a World Series. He
I
broke
don't
the
know.
curse.
Oh yeah, no, for him, yeah, like he's Hall of Fame. Yeah, he's set. He's Hall of Fame. He's probably playing golf the rest of his life. He's good. I'm talking about for the Cubby standpoint.
He got another project in him, another team.
Hey, but here's the thing though. So the contract's coming to an end. Rumor has it is that he loves Chicago. Nothing against him, but I wouldn't say he doesn't want out, but he wants to step down. Not sure if he wants to sign for the team or he just wants to just enjoy
I
life.
heard he wants a new challenge. I think.
Man, this guy's fucking great.
Why not?
Like,
Hey, you could go win a ring somewhere else. Why
yeah,
not?
he breaks curses and he's like, okay, I'm not satisfied. Let me go somewhere else. Like, what is this guy?
Exactly.
No, but like,
I
what do you
feel
think the
like,
transition would look like for the Cubbies and the Ricketts?
oof, I think they're gonna have to pop open the checkbooks every year.
What, to sign another GM or not even the GM? He's the president of operations.
Mm.
I don't know, man.
I feel like I feel like realistically, the Cubs should just go for Colton Wong, only because he'd be a good complementary middle infielder with Baez, and realistically, he should go over Tanaka and Kevin Gausman. Kevin Gausman, if I'm saying that right. I think those are
No,
realistically.
he just agreed he just agreed to his qualifying offer.
Oh, he did.
Kevin.
Never mind.
Kind of iffy on Colton Wong because he doesn't bring much to offense. I mean, like, yeah, defense, he's like a magician, but
The go
I feel like
go.
many times we see the
If
Cubs.
you have him and Baez in the infield together, it's sick, man.
That's
Yeah.
super sick.
The highlight reel.
There's a rumor out there that the Cubs want to sign a dude from some Korean league. His name is
Oh yeah. That
his,
short
his
Crazy
name is
that
like
too.
his name is like Ha Sung. I'm probably butchering his name, but it's Ha Sung Kim or something like that. And man, this guy's raking. But the thing about it though, he's already 25. He's already 25, and I mean, look, he can add on to your shortstop, second base, third base, whatever you want it to be. He's a utility man. Has
What
power,
about the
average,
other
speed.
Fukudome though?
Well,
He
hey
said
man,
what?
honestly, man, I'm not gonna lie. The players that come from
I'm
over there,
kidding.
man, they have amazing play discipline. So that's what
I'm
the Cubs
kidding.
need, man. You get somebody on base, you know. But hey,
Do you think the Cubs go after Rick Porcello?
mm,
No, I see them going after more like a J.A. Happ. Maybe offer him, throw him like a 1 year, 2 year deal.
yeah, but would that be
Go
great?
after Robbie Ray.
Yeah, we'll see.
No, he's.
Robert Ray
He just
signed with
signed with the Blue
Toronto.
Jays, yeah.
He signed a 1 year
That's
deal
why I
with
wanted him to
Toronto.
go for a while.
You know who'd be good for the Cubs? Jake Odorizzi.
I don't
Yeah.
think so. I don't think so.
You can plug him in right there. Number 3 is gonna eat up some innings.
Need some innings. He was just hurt last season.
I'm sorry, I said J.A. Happ earlier, but I meant to say James Paxton.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know Chris Archer was a free agent.
Chris Archer, I don't know. I don't know
Archer,
about him.
where's he at
He's a
nowadays?
mediocre.
Where's he, Tampa Bay?
But Pittsburgh, no?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, he is. Never mind, I'm thinking about somebody else. Never mind. But yeah, but would there be free agency
Or I
after?
think I think Cubs go after Alex Wood.
He's decent.
That wouldn't be bad.
But
That wouldn't be bad. Depends what he's looking for. That wouldn't be bad at all. Going back to Facebook, Justin's been in on this the whole time. He says Theo Epstein is a Hall of Famer regardless.
Of course.
That
Yeah.
he might, he says Theo Epstein will probably look he'd want a new challenge, probably get the D-backs into the playoffs. He says.
I think that'd be good.
he should go to Philly.
They got
Maybe
some
the
good
Mets.
teams. The Mets. He did mention the Mets earlier, saying the Mets now
Oh,
with Stroman
true.
resigning have a great rotation. They got Shore, Jake Thor, and Seth Lugo.
And on top of that, they got new ownership that wants to change the culture quick.
Must be nice to have a billionaire owner. My God.
Hey, don't we get one of those too?
They
Ricketts?
could spend their money.
Yeah, but Cohen's
They
like,
gotta-
he has
they
a
gotta
fatter
let you get the
pocket.
contracts in. He also, Justin also says the Cubs need George Springer, power / leadoff.
Dude, that'd be clutch.
I mean, I'd be excited,
That'd be
but
clutch,
he's not coming here.
He's
Wait,
gonna want money.
He gonna ask Cohen to open up his wallet.
Yeah. So I mean, but how about this though? Center field, you already got. We're forgetting about a good center fielder here. We got Albert Amora Jr. What happened to that guy?
Oh,
Ian Happ. Albert Amora Jr. I mean, Albert Amora Jr. I'm not gonna lie. It seems like the Cubs lost faith.
What, misuse them? Mishandle them? Mismanage them?
You honestly take your pick. Honestly,
All the above.
Whichever you want to blame it on.
I don't know if there's a
Justin
person.
also said he said Chris Archer got drafted by the Cubs, so they blew it. He said the White Sox had to get Archer. He says Odorizzi would effing kill the Cubs, uni. He said Robert Ray is still on the market, although he did sign. He said, "Don't waste no money on Porcello. James Paxton is another guy." We did touch base on that dude. And then he said, to close out, he said, Alex Wood is another guy, bullpen / rotation for the Cubs.
Yeah. We'll see
I
what's
do
up.
think the Cubs do need a number 3 because, as you mentioned, Quintana's gone. Chatwood's gone, but that was like a failed signing in my eyes.
Oh no, they have they have that guy Adalbert Alize.
I was
He
like,
plays at the Sox.
Yeah, I remember him. Yeah, he did come out like in like the last second half of the season, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see what's up, man. We'll see with that bullpen, man, because I mean, watching all those Cubs games, it feels like your offense was struggling. The Cubs will score 1 or 2 runs, and then here comes the bullpen. They'll get bombarded with 6 hits, let up 3 runs, 4 runs in 1 inning, and that was the ball game. You guys had no closer, no. You guys had Hendricks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you guys had Hendricks. You guys had Lester. You guys had Quintana. Well, not even Quintana. You guys had a couple pitchers that will go 3 innings, 4 innings, and get knocked out of the game, and then here comes your bullpen, and the game's blown up already. At that point.
Right.
Yeah, we'll see what's up, man. But the Cubs have a lot of good offense. I do see them still making the playoffs a couple years, and from here, I don't see them going back to the Cubs where they were like from the middle of like 03 to 08, like that drought. I don't see that happening with them because they have a lot of talent. But man,
but I do see the Cubs going to the playoffs because because Brewers are looking to blow them up because they look bad. The Cardinals they just lost Adam Wainwright and Yadier Molina is a free agent. I don't think they'll sign him back. They lost Colton Wong. And then also I think the Reds they just lost Trevor Bauer.
yeah, Trevor Bauer's on the
And
and then Castellanos can opt out next year too.
Yeah. So the only scare I had before 2020 season was the Reds. I don't know what the hell happened to the Brewers. They traded away every single piece of their talent for like a bag of Doritos and like a hot dog man. But
the Brewers, they rely on Christian Yelich, and since he didn't produce, there's a whole team.
Yeah,
he didn't produce at all.
You have Kane in center field. You have Yelich, but man, they literally let go of their whole infield. Everybody left.
Musaka's left.
Yeah. What is his name? Jose Aguilar. They let go of Perez, the second baseman, to the Cubs, which they never used. They even let go of what's his name, catcher for the Sox, Yasmani. Didn't they not?
Oh yeah.
Yasmani, they lost Yasmani.
And then also Ryan Braun's a free agent, and I don't know about Lorenzo Cain. I don't know about him.
Lorenzo Cain.
Not anymore. But yeah, when he was there, when they first signed, that was the team to beat. But then I was telling John over the summer before the season started, I was like, man, this year the Cubs don't have to worry about the Brewers. They don't have to worry about the Cardinals. They got to worry about the Reds. But the Reds,
they didn't do anything.
They're like the old school Yankees. They look awesome on paper, all-star team, but I don't know what happened. They couldn't play with each other. They couldn't play in a chemistry. They had all the pieces. They had a lot of signings in the offseason.
They made a lot of noise.
That's a lot.
I feel like, and also the pitching staff was very bad. I think the only person that carried was Trevor Bauer, and they expected so much from Castillo, but he didn't produce as much.
Castillo was hot for like 2-3 weeks. He just wasn't hot at the right time.
Right.
Yeah, but no, John. But while you were gone, I was letting them know. Like, I think the Cubs, even though they're gonna have a lot of changes in the next couple of months. The hell? Stupid HomePod. Hey Siri, stop it. Jesus, man, HomePod is terrible. No, but as I was saying, my bad, guys. As I was saying, like the Cubs, I see them going to the playoffs. In the next couple of years, even though they are going to lose their a heavy front office person, which with Theo Epstein, they are going to let go of a lot of pitching. They still have some good talent, but what's going to help them out the most is that the NL Central looking a little weak right now. Looking very weak, actually.
Which is why I don't think they're gonna fully blow it up this season, because there's not much to compete with within the division.
Right.
Yeah.
But then also like
to be honest,
feel
if they
like
move
both-
anybody, I think it's Schwarber and Bryant, and that's it.
You
I think
have to.
everybody else stays.
But I also feel like both AL and NL Centrals are very, very weak. Like they're, like I think in the off season, I think we were 2-7, or in the postseason we're 2-7. Like we got beat by the East and the West.
First of all, we got beat by Ricky Renteria. Let's pump the brakes there, guy.
Okay.
But no, I mean it don't help that the Twins look like monsters until they show up in the playoffs. The
Right.
Indians they're a great ball team, but not
They're ready to
enough
blow
to
it
go
up too,
back
I
to the
think.
World Series.
Yeah, they're pesky. They'll be there throughout the whole season, but they're not gonna make no noise.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see what's up. But
That's kind of the same thing with the Reds. The Cardinals too. They'll be there fighting with you the whole year. And then the playoffs, they're not gonna make no noise.
I don't know. We'll see what's up, guys. We'll see what's up. But let's transition to these Sox, huh?
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Yeah, man. So I mean, one thing obviously we got to point out is that man, they have not too crazy, right? But they have a little hefty list of free agents, man. That they're gonna lose. Some are good losses. For example, we all know Edwin. Yeah,
Thank God he only got that 1-year deal.
I feel like with Edwin, it was like either home run or strikeout. You pick, coach. That's what he told him. Home run or strikeout. You pick.
We barely saw the pair come out last year, and it wasn't in the right times. He wasn't clutch at all.
Honestly, man. So you got three big names leaving. Obviously, well, they may leave, right? You got Edwin Encarnacion. They signed him to a 1-year, $11 million. But here's the thing, though. Kudos to the Sox because I think they knew, like, hey, risky signing. Let's not get him into a crazy deal. 1 year, $11 million. I think is overpaid. But when you have a resume like he has, sure, I guess.
Yeah,
right?
a little 10 mil deal.
Yeah, but I mean, he batted a 157. He batted a.
Oh yeah, it was ugly. It was ugly. But I think if we had him for a full year, then the home run numbers would have overshadowed the average if he had a full year.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing keeping him in the league was his bat because obviously his defense is inexistent. And after batting 10 home runs, 19 RBIs, and almost 160 at bats, honestly, I think he's falling into the season, guys. I mean, maybe I don't know. I mean, maybe not in his eyes, right? He probably says he still has 3 more years.
He can go somewhere like to the Orioles, probably the Royals, and still play,
Get a nice salary.
But I don't think he's gonna go. He's not resigning with the Sox. I really don't see him a contending team going after him because of his numbers last year.
Who you guys talking about?
Edwin Encarnacion.
Oh.
If anything, I think he'll sign with the one of the weaker teams, and maybe he'll be some good trade bait.
Yeah, we'll see, man.
A contending team.
Because that's one of the top. Well, I wouldn't say top. I guess top 3 moves. You got Edwin. You got Alex Colon, which did pretty decent. I'm not gonna lie.
Alex Coleman was a dog. He showed out this year.
Another
1 ERA.
Yeah, another 1-year deal, $10.5 million.
That was what was left on his contract.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. That's what's left on his contract. He has 21. He played in 21 games, 2 wins, 0 losses, 12 saves, and like John said, under 1 ERA, .81, which I'm not gonna lie to you, man.
He went off this year, man. He
But
was very under the radar.
But do you see the Sox?
Go ahead.
No, I'm saying, do you see the Sox maybe having that as far as like, okay, let's see what we can get for him, maybe as a trade, or do you see the Sox being, re-signing him to a heftier deal after that under 1 ERA? I mean, because honestly, I would love to see the guy come back. I would love to see that guy in the bullpen. But I think the only thing stopping that, he's gonna want a lengthy contract after what he did for the.
I definitely think he's gonna want to get paid after this year, which isn't too bad though, because we're not gonna re-sign Edwin. Like Justin said on Facebook, we got Vaughn in the microwave, and I told you about him, Mikey. You're in Mercedes. He was going off. That's what he said. But like that man almost made opening day roster. That's how he was going off.
Yeah, no.
That's a true DH right there.
No, yeah. To Justin's point too. I mean, I've been saying this name a lot and I was waiting for him to come up, but he never came up. Andrew Vaughn, man, that guy's gonna be something good.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
absolutely.
I don't know
Which is why we don't need we don't need to we don't even need to go after DH. We don't have to re-sign our DH or go after another DH. We got plenty of guys.
what do you do though? Do you put Jose at DH, Jose Abreu?
Oh, actually not. Jose Brady needs to play on the field. He's not.
So that,
He's not DH. He just won MVP. You can't move that man to DH.
bro, but here's the thing: that you can't have Andrew Vaughn, who's a young player, just straight DH.
I think you can. You can start him off at DH. You know, mix him in there.
Just to
You
get
know,
some at
just-
bat.
Yeah, just get some at bats, and everyone to give a Brady the day off. Let him play at first, because I mean, also Yasmani plays first. Yasmani could DH, so you got a little. You can mess around. I mean, La Russa's a Hall of Fame manager, so he gonna do his thing with those guys.
But here's
But
So
the
would you
thing:
guys call
going
up like
back
Zach
to,
Collins or something?
what is it?
Zach Collins, yep, we got him too.
Zach
Which is
Collins,
why
another guy.
mention of Zach Collins. That's why I fear we don't re-sign. As much as I want him back, I don't see James McCann coming back.
Now
He
he's
was
like
good.
He's gonna get paid on the market.
I mean, I don't see the Sox bringing him back since I mean they're going to spend. Honestly, they're going to let go of obviously Edwin. We covered that already, but they're going to get rid of James McCann as well because they need a right fielder, bro.
Getting rid of Colomé too. He's gonna want to pay payday. And
Of course,
that's
and
not, to be
and then
honest, yes, he went crazy this year, but I don't think he can replicate that next year. So it's not worth the money.
that, and then two, someone's going to drown out the Sox who's looking for a good closer, aka the Cubs. They're going to come in, paying some hefty money for that man, and the Sox are going to be like, you know what, we're good. So honestly,
Hey, we know that guy.
so you let go of Alex, you let go of Edward, you let go of James because, hey guys, you guys got to get another right fielder, man. Mazzari ain't the piece. Ain't the
That's what I
piece.
said.
He's not.
That's what I said.
Mazzara
So-
needs to be gone, and I actually have a couple names for the
right
right
fielder?
field spot. But real quick though, Tony, man, what you thinking about what we've been talking about? We gotta let Edwin go. What about the closer role?
mean,
You want to see him in Cubby?
No, yeah. Edwin's got to go, man. I was looking at his stats. It cost me on my fantasy team, bro. That hurt.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, James McCann, he's gonna go get paid somewhere else. He's a very solid catcher. I think, yeah, like Michael said, you either got to target like a great outfielder, or you got to go like get Trevor Bauer. So you need to.
My boy. He's right though. I got the Sox going all in on Bauer since Tony dropped the name.
Look,
I'm going all in.
I don't see that happening, but hey, man,
I'll
if
smack you
that
right now. Pull up. Hey, I know where you live. Lose. Go
As
get my
much as
team.
I don't want it to happen, I think it fits. Like with his character, the way he approaches the game, I think it fits with the White Sox.
yeah, no, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong.
Absolutely.
If they sign him, by far that will be the best rotation. I think
Oof.
that's a really good goal. That's a really good rotation right there.
It would-
You got Corbett coming back. I mean, hopefully he comes back and he's still in shape. I mean, he took the year off, had a little off-field
He's
drop.
trying to figure out whether or not that's his kid or not first.
Exactly. You got a lot of you got a lot of off-the-field drama with him. So obviously, I know baseball is life to these guys, but sometimes
And the good thing
Family
is,
comes- family
Bauer
comes
wants 1 to 2 year deal. Though his agent did say they are open to all offers, but just due to the pandemic, I don't see anybody getting like a fat contract this year. Like nothing over 4 years, honestly. And that's
Maybe.
why for Bauer it'd be in his best interest to go ahead and get that 1 year maybe with the year 2 option. He's gonna get paid, which I don't mind the Sox paying him the $35 million. He deserves it.
Not at all. Not at all. Like I said,
I
don't
think
see it
the
happening.
Sox need to go all in on Trevor Bauer.
Hey, like I said, I don't see it happening, but hey, if it happens, I'm for it, buddy. I'm for it.
You know what? He actually touched base on his YouTube channel about the La Russa drama, and he wasn't against it, but he wasn't for it. But he just kind of explained like all the different ways players can view it, but he wasn't one of the people that were like he wasn't snapping about it like Marcus Stroman was on Twitter.
That's a perfect segue. It's a
So
perfect
there's
segue.
hope. I mean, there's hope for Bauer to still come.
That's a perfect segue, man. Because I mean, I don't know what's going on with this Rusa thing, man. No one. It's like nobody likes it. Why? It's like
I honestly see it as folks that didn't like the La Russa signing are using this as an excuse to get him fired or wanting to get him fired, which is not going to happen. If the Sox already knew he had a pending charge and they still hired him. Okay, it happened before, bro. What you want to do? At the end of the day, you got the resume.
He's a
you
Hall of
saw it.
Famer too. Like what the hell?
Yeah, look. I mean, let's be real, right? It was easily the best option on paper for the White Sox, right?
Oh yeah.
I hear a ton of backlash from the from the Sox not organization, from their fan base,
The Sox
and yeah, 70% of it being because of the DUI back in February.
February.
Look, this is an investment. If you think the Sox has signed this man without looking him up, trust me, man, they know. There's a lot of lawyers involved. They knew about that. So,
They
and
don't
I mean,
care.
and also, they're saying he's not a right fit. How is that a right fit? This
The
man,
best guy on paper. Look, a drunk LaRussa would win that series against the A's that Rick Renteria lost. Like, although
Honestly.
Ricky Renteria deserved to be a candidate for Manager of the Year, he single-handedly lost himself his job.
yeah, no, but that game 3, honestly, that game 3 was heartbreaking because they didn't get. If it was like for example, right? If it was like an 8-0 A's win, I would have been like, hey, it is what it is. We got out talented, right? But trust me, on the diamond, toe for toe, the Sox had a way better lineup. Yeah, you can argue that the Sox didn't show up that game, but man, when you have 9 pitchers pitching a third of an inning or whatever the hell it is, why? Like that, and even John can contribute to this point because since he's a pitcher too, you can't get into a rhythm. Like you see one batter, you walk 2 guys, 3 guys, here comes another guy and another guy. It's like, dude, in order for you to get into a rhythm, you have to see at least an inning, And
Exactly.
don't get me wrong,
You can't pull a starter after
no,
after the first. Not even the first. You can't pull your starter in the first inning if he's not even getting rocked.
no,
You can't.
no.
You gotta let him go.
That's why.
At least see the rotation once, unless he's getting his ball smacked out the park.
Exactly. That's why that loss right there stung because we were outcoached.
That's the cost of his job. We were outcoached by our own coach.
We were outcoached by our own coach, and it wasn't a talent thing because I'm saying right now the Sox, they had some scary people on that lineup, but man, I'm gonna tell you right now that one hurt the most because of the fact that it was just crumbling before his eyes, and even Azagian would say he would speak to before the game he would speak to to Ricky. He would say you cannot lose a game because of you.
Yeah.
Let the players do what they got to do, but you cannot lose it because of you. And what does he do? He has 80 pitchers come in one game, bro. Like what? You can't do that, man. But
while we're talking about the A's, I actually have the Sox going to their closer Liam Hendricks to fill the closer role.
I don't see Liam Hendricks going to the Sox.
He's the best on the market. Since his age is up there, I don't think he'd be asking for more than. I don't think he'd ask for more than what Alex Colomé is going to ask for. That could
Honestly,
definitely see him going and getting Liam Hendricks.
Look, honestly, and
or even either him or I'm sorry, the guy that the Padres just traded for from the Royals.
Kirby Yates.
No, not Kirby Yates. The other guy, Rosenthal. Ken
Rosenthal.
When Yates got hurt.
Look, honestly, I know we're gonna go in detail with these free agent signings, but I have a lot of people going to the Mets. I mean, like I said, they want to change that culture. They got a new owner. Honestly, I see Liam Hendricks. I see Liam Hendricks going to the Mets because obviously the Mets, one of the worst bullpens in MLB in 2020. This would definitely be a right push. I mean, this would be a push in the right direction. Hendricks alone won't fix the bullpen, but again, I think it's a step in the right direction, and that's why I think the Mets are looking to spend.
What's to stop the Mets to go after Alex Colomé after his year?
That's the thing. I have a lot of people going to the Mets.
They'll probably be the team willing to pay him the most.
They're going to be the new Yankees, bro. I'm telling you right now, like Tony's point, that guy's willing to spend. That guy's willing to spend because that guy's a businessman. I don't know what he does, but he's a businessman, and I know for a fact you have to spend money to make money, and that's what he's going to do.
Yeah, that's what he's going to do. And fans are going to buy into it, especially Mets fans need it.
Bro, you got to. That's a huge market right there, bro. That's a huge market. And honestly, the Cubs and Sox are something similar. The Sox were always like the Mets, always like the stepchild of Chicago baseball, and the Cubs were always the Yankees, like top market, a lot of fans countrywide. And now I think the Mets and the Sox are going to be in the same boat where I think they're going to switch. You know, a lot of people are going to.
Yeah, they're definitely going to switch and take over. But definitely, I don't think the Sox are gonna spend a lot. You know,
Oh no,
like I said,
no,
I do got them going all in for Trevor Bauer. But in case they
yeah,
don't get him, there's some good reliable guys you can plug in as a number 3.
yeah, yeah, and honestly, I thinking about maybe 5 or 6 years, we're gonna have the same conversation we're having with the Cubbies now. Because the Sox took a lot of notes from the Cubs. I think they have a lot of guys in the farm system that have rookie contracts,
Oh yeah,
and
because
this is their win it now mode. Because if you
because for
wait five or
years
six
the
years,
Sox were just like kind of spending money on players, and then halfway through the year when it wasn't working, they just blow it. You
we
know what I'm
talking about Jake
saying?
Peavy,
We're talking about Jake Peavy, Adam Dunn,
Manny
Brandon
Ramirez,
Manny Ramirez, Ken Griffey. The
Jim
list
Dome
goes
was
on.
kind of one of them.
Who?
Jim Dome was kind of one of them.
No, he did his thing here. He sold some jerseys.
Hey, nah, but
The
honestly,
fans
man,
love him. The fans love him.
yeah, honestly, maybe we can since this video's on the internet, it's written in ink. Maybe we can go back to this video 5 years from now and be like, hey, we called it. I think 5 years from now, man, you're gonna see a lot of people, the core, you're gonna see the core, and the Sox gonna have to break that up because they have a lot of contracts that are not paying not nearly as much as they are gonna pay in about 5 or 6 years.
Oh yeah,
You're gonna see
absolutely.
Aloy want some money. You're gonna see Lewis Roberts, Nick Madrigal want some money.
I can see them extending Eloy next year though.
Lewis Roberts gonna stay.
Luis Roberts is locked up already.
Yeah, Tim Anderson's gonna stay. I think he's gonna retire as a Sox. Jose
Brady
retire as a Sox.
especially at the MVP season.
Yeah. I see maybe 2 or 3 players are gonna retire as Sox. The person I'm most worried about, Aloy, I think he's gonna be another Cespedes, man. I think he's gonna be like a really, really good. Honestly, man, I don't. He's a liability again on defense. I see him make a lot of stupid plays, a lot of dumb plays, but I don't see him, bro. I don't see him.
though, because he was hurt that Oakland series though. He was hurt. He missed the first game.
Sure, but bro, watching this guy play outfield is comedy, bro. Like he's running into the stands, into the nets.
Exactly. I think he's just as like equivalent to Schwarber.
Maybe he can be your
Very,
DH,
big.
bro.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Keep him in White Sox rosters on you moving to DH.
Maybe him as a DH. I don't know, man, but we'll see how that goes,
Speaking
man.
of
Hopefully,
outfielders, though, you did say we needed a right fielder, which I agree with. Mazzara. I wanted the Sox to sign Castellanos last year. They didn't. But seeing how I have the Sox going all in on Bauer, I think they go for a little cheaper option because right now I think George Springer is the number 1 option for right field. I got them going after Jock Peterson.
yeah. Honestly,
or a reunion with Adam Eden.
Honestly, I would think of Jock Peterson too, man. The Sox are in dire need of a right fielder, and I don't know if you guys remember this, but before 2019 started, or 2020, I'm sorry, no, 2019, they were in talks with Jock Peterson too.
They've been in talks to try to get Jock Peterson. Now that he's free agent, I think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, they almost closed a deal with him, but I guess the Sox thought that Nomar Mazara, Mr. 1 home run in 42 games, was the missing piece. But look, man,
I do have a sleeper right fielder for the Sox in case they don't get none of those guys.
Who's that?
Yasiel Puig.
I was just about to say that name. I think he's a sleeper.
Yeah.
I know he'll stay with the whole
You got
Cuban
a cannon,
outfield.
bro. Put him in right field. Abreu put him in check. La Russa put him in check. Hey, they're gonna drink together. They're gonna party together.
Nah, man, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that happen because one, I know he's not the best in the locker room, but he's not the best in the locker room. He's another he's another AB in the NFL.
Put him in this locker room though. It's probably like the best clubhouse for him.
What they gonna do? Beat his ass? He's big as hell.
Abreu might, bro. Like, what's up? Abreu gonna hold him to Timmy gonna go at him?
And honestly, but back to hopefully not. Honestly, I don't want to see that happen. But back to the Jock Peterson, man. He batted extremely well in the postseason. He batted a 382, 2 home runs, 8 RBIs. The Sox are obviously in playoff contention, and guess what?
Oh, yeah.
He has something that you can't buy. He has experience in the World Series, and not only he showed up. Man, we'll see what's up, man. Hopefully, if they make that signing in right field, let go of Mazzara, man, the Sox will be some real good contenders, man. And especially now because I think what happened with Jock Peterson before, he didn't want to come to the Sox because he wanted to win, right? and he didn't want to leave the Dodgers because the Dodgers are always in the NLCS, always in the World Series. Now that he sees maybe the Sox are some serious contenders, maybe that's like the last shove. Maybe, but man,
Absolutely.
we have to
I
get
think,
rid of him.
I think he can peacefully leave now because he won with them. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I think the Dodgers too. They have to let go of a lot of people because they're gonna want a lot of money now, and they can't afford him anymore. Mr. Mookie Betts getting paid getting paid $3 billion a game. So I don't.
It worked for them.
Yeah, it sure did. That's a good signing where I thought was gonna be like another Bryce Harper, but man, that kid could.
Nah, Mookie's a different animal.
Bro, Mookie Betts is good at everything he does. I seen a video on Facebook. He's throwing 300. He's throwing bowling 300 games. He's running routes in the NFL. He's playing baseball, obviously.
He's a beast, man. He's a beast at
He does
everything.
I don't know what's wrong with this kid, but hey, that guy is something that, like I said, I thought he was gonna be like not a bust, right? But just somebody that you have a big name just to fill some seats. But man, that guy showed up in the playoffs, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but hey, man, back to this Tony La Russa thing, man. I don't know what's wrong with these Sox, man. They're it's like you know what's funny with this? It was the same time as the election. Everybody's all like divided. The Sox, bro, the Sox are they're divided too. Like either you hated
the fan base is definitely divided over this.
You hated.
It's funny though. It's just fans that weren't happy with the signing still staying mad at La Russa.
You know what's funny about it is that everybody wants to argue it, but when I contend it a little bit, they have no valid points. They say this man, this man's not the right fit. This man has managed for 33 years.
And it's not like he left the game. He was still working in baseball. And like he said himself,
Awesome.
like viewing it from outside, you see some things that you want to go and try, switch it up. Like I don't, bro. You don't forget how to manage.
Look. In 33 years, I'm sure he has handled the young guys. I'm sure he handled the big egotistical guys.
He speaks Spanish too.
He speaks Spanish too. I didn't know this, but his mother is from Spain and his father's Italian.
Yeah.
I saw this man.
Folks can't throw that in there.
Bro, I heard that in the comments one time. I saw it in the comments. It said, how are they gonna talk to the players? Like they don't have interpreters first off. But anywho, that was a stupid ass point. Dude, this guy speaks Spanish, man. And like I said, they're saying, oh, he's not a right fit. He's not gonna, they need somebody who's gonna level with the team. You don't need another David Ross. You don't need somebody who's gonna be their buddy. You need somebody who's gonna put him in check.
Yeah, someone's gonna be their boss.
I mean, no offense to David Ross. He's a smart man, smart guy in the off the field, on the field, right? But I know we're not talking about the Cubs anymore, but that's the reason why Albert Almora is probably sitting on the bench. But hey,
he's not gonna see. Hey, the Sox could take him. Tell him to suit up in the South Side.
Yeah, but like I said, man, this guy speaks perfect Spanish, man. But man, back to this DUI. I mean, come on, like, why is it such a concern for people, right? Like, roughly, look, I'm not trying to downplay a DUI. Don't drink and drive, right? Of course. Don't do that.
Drive. But don't act like you've never done it.
Honestly, man, I've never have. If I drink, I'm going to Uber.
I'm not saying you, but the fans complaining. The fans complaining, and I even tweeted it. Don't act like you've never been to a Sox game. You tailgated, you drank throughout the whole game, and drove home slack.
And look, man, I'm not gonna lie to you. I even put up a stat.
You got pulled over. You're not gonna get fired for it.
You're not.
You're outside of work.
You're not. And look, man, I pulled up this stat, right? Believe it or not, 1 in every 200 Americans has a DUI. And I'm pretty sure out of the 1 of the 200 people, they have jobs, right? Absolutely. And people are saying, oh, you should have hired Hitchcock, right?
No, Hitch.
So Hitch. I don't know where I got Hitchcock from, anywho, but they said that you should have hired Hitch. You should have hired Hitch. So I brought this point up when we were at work, me and John, and I asked somebody who doesn't know baseball. I asked them, would you rather hire somebody who steals from you, or I'm sorry, somebody who cheats, someone who cheats and steals, or for example, someone who has a DUI, right? Like he did nothing to the game of baseball that will reflect him negatively. But but Hitch, man, they're saying
I don't see why they want Hitch when he hasn't won without cheating.
Bro, why would you even want that, man? Like to even be in contention, and I understand the Sox wanted to go with Ozzie Guillen or I even heard AJ Przinsky.
Well, the Sox didn't want Ozzie. They said that from the jump. Ozzie wasn't a king.
No.
Yeah, Sox fans wanted him.
Yeah, the Sox fans wanted him.
Because he's been out. He hasn't managed in like 9 years, and LaRussa's like 10 years.
Hey, quick question, bro. But isn't Ozzie Guillen an alcoholic?
Oh, he loves it, bro. And
What's going on?
they're crazy,
What's
bro.
going on? But I mean, obviously, I know, like, the big stir up was, I know Stephen A. playing the race card, silly,
My
but
boy.
I know
boy
that was
Max,
one of the
too.
issues. One of the issues was, I think it's not the DUI. I think the fact that he tried to use his credentials, or
He's like, you
yeah,
see my ring?
yeah. He pretty much like told the cops, like, I don't know if you guys were familiar, people watching. He was like, hey, I'm a Hall of Famer. Do you know who I am? And the cops are like, I don't care, bro. You're going downtown. And a lot of people had issues with that, right? So honestly, I know that's wrong, right? I know that's wrong. You shouldn't use your credentials to
It's
do
wrong,
that.
but I feel like every celebrity / athlete would do that.
Yeah,
Like, who would be like, yo, you know who I am? I'm Mitch Trubisky. Just kidding.
yeah.
Mitch
Yeah,
can't
send
do
that
that.
to jail.
No, but you know what's funny about that? I'm hearing a lot of like sports analysts say, "Oh, like like the DUI is terrible." Look, if you're gonna overplay the DUI card, then guess what? You should cancel Mike Tyson. You should cancel
Don't say that.
Mike Tyson. You should cancel dude. There's many athletes I can go on that have Hall of Fame talent. They got DUIs. I mean, I understand, right? Like I said, it's not safe, not the right thing to do, but it does happen. And I mean, but you're not going to hold
Of course,
it.
it's not safe, but I don't think a man should lose his job over it, especially when he hasn't even managed a game.
Honestly, with many athletes, when they get DUIs, is just the news of the day, and it goes away, and they handle what they have to handle outside, in court, but they don't see it in the news anymore. But with Tony La Russa, I think like this is the thing that's actually staying with him for like the past week already. I don't think it's gonna go away. Why is it different with Tony? Like I said before, many athletes have had DUIs and it goes away after a day. Like it's headlines in ESPN, so and so DUI, but then you don't hear about it ever again, right?
Right.
But with La Russa, it's like whoa, like it's even made national news with ESPN.
Yeah,
Like
ESPN finally covered the Sox, but talked about Lewis's DUI.
Yeah, so I have a question for you guys, maybe on Facebook too. Why do you think this one is lingering with Tony? I don't know. Maybe you guys can chime in. But it's I don't know. I really don't know why it's just lingering around. It should have been gone already. And I get it. The UIs are bad. I said this
Hey,
10
in the
times.
comments, your boy Zito says he has to have blackmailed Jerry. But they golf together. That's why he got the job.
Hey, maybe, right? But like, man.
I just feel like right now, overall, like baseball doesn't have a lot to talk about. So you gotta like use what you can. As far as like ESPN, because I mean, even like the Dodgers won it, that wasn't even like blown up. Because I mean, what the Lakers won, the Dodgers won, the ESPN didn't blow that up. How you would think, especially with the year the GOAT died, Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, well, I don't know, man. Hopefully this all goes away, man.
I just feel like it's just to fill headlines. Because I mean, but it's working. Look at how many people hate it and don't stop talking about it.
And also, I mean, obviously, we can't go over not talk about the fact that I know he did make some racist comments about Colin Kaepernick.
Which was addressed though when he had his press conference.
Yeah, no. Of course, you can say things, and when you're an athlete or when you're somebody with a public figure, you can address it all you want. It's not gonna go away, right? And I think that's stained them for real. Like that's stained them like bad. Like right, you got the DUI, you got the racist comments, right? And now obviously I don't want to say this in wrong quotations. Don't quote me on this. Take it with a grain of salt. I did hear him say about baseball is only for a certain race. I don't know how true that is. I did see that in.
I've seen that on Twitter, but I haven't seen like.
But that's the issue though, right? What is it?
I haven't seen it like directly come from him, like whether it was a video or an article quoting him. I just seen people have been tossing that around on social media.
But that's exactly my point. We don't know if it's true or not, but guess what? That's also with him, right? That's also with his name. So we don't know if it's true or not, but guess what? We see something on social media and we run with it, right? So that's I think the reason why people don't like Tony La Russa. There's so many things going bad for him, And I was reading an article, and it said that the Sox offered the job to La Russa. It was only his job to lose.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, hey man,
Jerry got his guy. He wanted his guy.
yeah,
But
we'll see.
I will say though, like we've been ranting about this LaRussa thing. I think a Brady win MVP is kind of lighting the load off the LaRussa coverage.
Oh yeah, I mean, imagine if that wasn't the case, they'll still be talking about it, right?
If a Brady lost, it'd be terrible.
Bro, did you all see his reaction video when he was on MLB the show, MLB the network?
Yes, man, it was beautiful. Did you guys see it? He was crying.
No, I know that, but it was just the first like 3 minutes. He had his head down, and he was just ignoring all the questions.
Emotional. No, he
I
was
know
emotional
that.
crying. Come on, bro.
No,
He pointed the picture of his grandma behind him.
I know, no. I'm not taking nothing I'm not taking nothing from that, right? I'm just saying, like, it was just hard to watch, right? And not hard to watch, but it was kind of awkward from not the commentators. I guess you want to call them that. The analyst perspective, they're just asking him questions and he's not answering them. They're just going through question to question to question.
He's emotional, bro.
No, I know.
Cut him some slack, bro.
No.
Look,
Hey,
I mean, look at where he's come from, you know?
No. I'm not trying to take nothing from him, right? That was
I
a
get what
great.
you're saying, though, how they just kept asking questions and not
Yeah, like, that was hilarious. Like, not the fact that he was crying. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, that's a prestigious award, especially from somebody that all the teams pretty much doubted him, right? And he came back to do an MVP performance. He's like a fine wine, right? He gets better with age, I think.
I told you he's the best first baseman in Chicago. Y'all better stop playing with my boy.
You did say that from. Oh, look at Tony and I's eyes is lit up with that.
Nah, but
What's
we
up
just
with
say
that?
like, hey, you gotta pick your poison. You want the Gold Glove on defense, or you want the MVP?
Yeah, that's something I was talking to John about. You have to pick and choose. Honestly, I think in baseball, I don't know if people are going to take this, but I think good defense is a dime a dozen, right? You see many people flashing gloves, and honestly, let's be real. If you don't have a glove, you're not in the MLB, right? I think it's harder to find a bat than it is a glove. Let's be real.
Right,
so I think that's why with me, I think I would choose hands down Abreu, hands down, over Rizzo. That's just me though, right? Excuse me.
But I feel like another reason, like Rizzo's so loved in Chicago is because like Nick touched on it earlier. He's been there since before they were consistently in the playoffs, and he's still here. You know that's the guy. Like I think that's the guy that can't go. I mean, he might be the one that retires the Cubs.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. So is Abreu. He's been there since they set up the place. Yeah.
Abreu for sure. But the thing is, Abreu never got as much coverage. He won Rookie of the Year. He still didn't get as much coverage as like Rizzo did.
Yeah, no, but that's why those two players are almost alike because they've been there through before the rebuild, during the rebuild, and I wouldn't say Abreu's been there since the golden era for the Sox because that's not here yet, but it's definitely a start. Give me 1 second, guys.
Going to the comments real quick. Zito says you should have brought back Ozzy. What you guys think? Yeah, Ozzy. A lot of fans loved it. A lot of fans wanted that and would have loved it, especially the way he was drilling Rick Renteria in the post games. Yeah, I feel like.
Yeah, but you can't pass up a Hall of Famer. Like
right. See, the problem I would have the Sox bringing Ozzy back is I feel like it would show like, okay,
listening to the fans and stuff.
Ozzy, you can only win with Ozzy. You know, I mean, kind of the Roots is kind of the same thing, but at least he's left in one, whereas Ozzy only won here. So if you bring him back to Toronto to win here, then it's like you're just going back to it's like you're going back to your own relationship. And
but no, to Zito's point, honestly, you can bring him back. He's done it before. But
the team would have loved him for sure. The clubhouse.
No, that's for sure. That would have been the fan favorite, the team favorite. But I don't think you need a buddy in the. You don't need a buddy in the as a coach. You can't do that because then there's no accountability. For example, look at David Ross. No accountability with the offense because I'm assuming so. Obviously, we're not in the dugout. We don't know what's going on. But when you're having a terrible season offensively for your 5 main guys and nothing's changed, no benching has been done, no spark. Like I don't think there's any accountability, and you don't want that with with the Sox organization or with any organization. Accountability is key, right? That's what makes players better, a lot better. I mean, speaking on I don't care if you're a manager at a Little Caesars or a big team like the Sox or the Cubs. Without accountability, your team's not going to get better. That's why with Guillen, he great coach. Nothing against him, but I think if you sign Guillen, you're going to get a lot more of a funner clubhouse, which fun is cool, right? Look at Joe Madden with the Cubs, right? He made a lot of fun in that clubhouse, but I think with Joe Madden, he had that accountability piece there.
Oh, of course.
And I think if you bring in Ozzie Guillen, you'll have the fun piece, the accountability. I think maybe I'm wrong, but hey, I don't know. But like even John said, from the bat, Jerry Reinsdorf said that's not our guy. So I don't know why. I don't know if there's something maybe when he left, it wasn't really the best relationship.
I think this is already pre-planned. I'm thinking, he's already had his conversation with La Russa, and it's like, all right, I'll bring you back. That's what I just think how it went.
Yeah, I mean, hey, we'll never know, buddy. We'll never know. But yeah, so that's one thing I want to talk about. Obviously, just to get off my chest was the Tony La Russa thing, man. Because like I said, that's been insane.
All week.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously, my Sox notes aren't really too heavy because I mean, let's be real, right? You have a left fielder with Eloy doing great. Center fielder, even though he slacked a little bit in the offseason, the end of the season with Lewis Roberts.
Ricky mismanaged him. He needed to rest him the moment we clinched.
Not even, bro. I think Benjamin would have been good. Yeah. I think that last couple series with the Twins and everything like that, man, he was sneaking up in the place, right? And that costed him his Rookie of the Year, I think.
Daniel on Facebook says, y'all ain't ready for my debate. Let's hear it, bro. What you got? What you got for us?
Let's hear it.
Come on.
He's typing up a paragraph or what?
No. Let's see what he says. But no, I do think this La Russa thing got blown out of proportion, in my opinion. A Brady winning MVPs kind of helped. I think the minute the Sox go and sign Bauer, everything's in good graces. A lot of fans were happy at the pitching coach they signed. They're definitely happy about that.
Well, you know what? Honestly, that's been drowned out from Tony La Russa as well. No one even cares about that right now.
Yeah.
I don't know what's up, man. But and especially, man, that Mark Stroman thing, that didn't help him at all. When he was like, I'm not going there because of La Russa, all the Sox fans started crying, bro. I was like, oh, my God. We don't need this.
Marcus Stroman isn't the Sox missing piece.
It's not. It really is.
He's a guy that needs to go to, like, a contender. He's not like, a guy, like an ace.
I don't even think the Cubs should have gone after him if he were to have opted out or not accepting the qualifying offer. Like, I don't think either Chicago team should be gunning for them. Which both teams do need a number 3.
Of course, don't get me wrong. He's going to make your bullpen better. He's not going to stink up the place, right? But, I mean, I just don't think with the money he's going to want, I don't think that's what you pay for a number 2, number 3.
Exactly.
Even though the Cubs they're known for that. They did sign Lackey to a pretty hefty deal, but hey, that worked out for you guys in 2016. So I can't say anything negative about that signing, right? But hey, man, we'll see what's up, man. We'll see what's up. Did your boy put that debate topic in or what?
No, he did say as long as we don't get affected from getting Bauer, we should be fine.
Wait, what was that again?
He said as long as we don't get affected from getting Bauer, we should be fine. I'm telling you, man, Bauer should. You need that guy. You need him. You need him at the top. Like Giolito's an ace, but I feel like just every team needs that 1-2 punch. The Cubs have 1-2 punch, and yeah, don't get me wrong. Dallas is phenomenal for the Sox, but I just don't think at this point in his career he's gonna be at least like,
or number 2.
You need at least 2. Like the Cubs have 2 guys that can be aces. Look at it across the league. The Astros have. At one point, they had Cole, Verlander, and Greinke. The Dodgers back in the day had Kershaw and Greinke, and then Kershaw and Alex Wood when he was phenomenal. Like, you just need, your top 2 guys should be, like, aces.
Yeah.
Right now,
but would you think Lucas Giolito and Mike Kopech would be the 1-2 punch you have?
Michael Kopech, I think you got to bring him in slow next year. you gotta bring him in slow. He took a whole year out. I mean, his arm should be ready to go,
I
but
don't
I
think so,
think
man.
you gotta
Is it?
ease him up. I mean, like let's say obviously you expect the Sox to go to the playoffs. I do see him being used in the bullpen, similar to what the Dodgers did with Julio Urias. I don't see him. Here's game 3, Culpepper. Here's game 4. I don't see
I,
that from
de-
Culpepper.
I mean, I don't understand why you don't use him. This guy throws 100 miles per hour, and I mean, and
He does, but he's
he's
had
almost.
surgery already.
But
You gotta ease him in.
you know what? To that point right there, and you can even ask John about 2 or 3 years ago when he told me he was happy that they signed Kopech. I'm sorry, not signed him, that they brought him up. I told him, yo, he's not used to pitching over 100 innings in a season because he was coming from coming from Double A or Triple A, whatever you may have, right? I told him, and I remember we were sitting at Luce's birthday party when he told me that, yo, they brought up Kopech. I said, yo, the Sox are gonna pull a
He
Mark
called
Pryor
it.
with the Cubs. I
He
told him
called it.
they're gonna pull a Mark Pryor with the Cubs because as soon as his season was done with his Double A, Triple A team, guess what? They called him up and they want him to pitch more. I told John he's not used to pitching over 100 and I think it was like 110 innings pitched. Don't quote me on that, but it was something like that.
Right.
They had this man pitching at 130, 140 in a season, and he's never done that before.
Right.
Not only that, but he's trying to impress the team. He's trying to, impress not scouts, but he's trying to make a name for himself. So he's out there throwing the curveball, the 90, the 100 mile per hour, and guess what happened to his arm?
Right.
Now he
I
has to
mean,
get the Tommy
I mean,
John.
I mean, I don't think Trevor Bauer is your missing piece because you guys are good without him. Like you guys don't need him to be perfect. The against the A's, the very first game you guys won, I think 5-1. So you guys produced, and I think it was Lucas Giolito that pitched. And then game 2 and then game 3, it's just you guys couldn't produce. Which I think the missing piece you need is George Springer. I think he's very clutch and he's very consistent, especially in the postseason.
Hey, we'll see, man. Hopefully,
I definitely see the Sox getting Springer if they don't open the checkbook for Bauer, but I don't think they can
for
afford
Jock
both those
Peterson.
guys, which is why I say go for Jock.
Yeah.
So real quick, we got our boys chiming in on what we've been saying. Daniel says that La Russa needs to clean up his act. He needs to give a great first impression with the Sox when he meets him this offseason. Although recently Abreu has came out and said that he supports La Russa. He backs him up.
Yeah, I can't bring you now.
I did see Tim Anderson tweet something about don't worry about distractions or don't let nothing distract you. Daniel also says based on Trevor Bauer's video on YouTube, he never ruled out becoming a part of the Sox organization, and he never judges people until he meets them personally. And he still said that he may or may not be a part of the organization, which he did to touch upon earlier, beginning of our podcast, and it's true. Like he was real professional about it. Like it was a short 20-minute video. But, he hasn't ruled it out. Daniel also says dark horse I feel Yasiel Puig. Tony and I did say that earlier. Mikey doesn't like it, Daniel, but we'd love Yasiel Puig to come. You can get him on a cheap deal. He's going to produce. He's hungry to play.
But quick question.
I think to get someone on a cheap deal just to fill in that outfield position, I think Jackie Bradley Jr. would be good.
Oof.
But here's the thing, though. The Sox
I think you can get Puig cheaper than Jackie Bradley. And you'll get better production offensively from Puig, I feel.
Honestly, but you don't want that
Bradley
culture.
probably be better defensively.
You don't want that culture back. They're just signing people at the end of their. I want to say end of their contract because I know he's still a little young, but
He's only 30.
Who?
Yasiel Puig.
I don't like it, man. But hey,
Bro, Yasiel Puig
I don't like it.
had a
I don't
contract
like
this
it.
year, and then he tested positive for COVID, and he lost it.
hey, quick question.
He was gonna come and
Hey,
play.
quick question.
Not here, but
Quick question. When he tested positive for COVID, what do you do?
he quarantined like you're supposed to. What do you
No,
do?
he didn't quarantine. Whatever. Did he tell his team that he tested positive, or what happened? I forgot. Can you fill me in on that?
He wasn't with the team. They offered
Exactly
him
my
a
point.
contract.
How'd the Mets find out?
Because you have to get tested before you gotta pass the physical and all that.
No. Remember this that he wasn't
He was a party or what?
I don't look. Honestly, I don't know where I'm going with it, man, but I don't like that sign.
Like Daniel says on Facebook, he can't be any worse than Mazzara.
Oh, well, of course. If you want to compare a polished turd to another polished turd, I guess, right?
Hold on, Zito mentioned Mikey's boy Javi Baez earlier. He says, "Are the Cubs wasting Javi's career if they don't get some depth in the bullpen?"
I wouldn't say wasting his career because, I
I
mean,
think
in
it's
baseball,
all on him, really.
what is it?
It's not producing at the plate.
Yeah, I mean, because in
It is all
baseball,
on
like,
him because all eyes are on him. His defense, was is all his defense is out of this world. But as far as like, you know, he needs to produce in the lineup because it just seems like he always comes up in the ninth inning of an important game. Like always, it never fails.
with
So
that
like
double,
Tony says, it's all on him, bro.
And he's also
honestly,
that outside slider too.
I don't exactly, bro. I've seen it way too many times. I think people are ready. They'll be ready to fight me after this one. But I don't think Javi Baez is a top five shortstop anymore.
I don't put him there. I don't
Tim
put him there.
Anderson is baby.
No, he's not.
TA7, top
Look,
5.
look.
Nah.
I don't think he's top. I don't think he's top five anymore because of the fact that, I mean, this whole 2020 season really messed him up. And like I said before, it's definitely hurting his self value a lot. But to answer Zito's question, I don't think he's wasting the career because if anything, I mean, look how I don't think it's gonna hurt him per se because look at Trout with the Angels. Now that's somebody who's failed somebody as far as talent, everything like that. Do I think the Angels are wasting his career? No, because once he's done, I mean, yeah, he's not going to have no rings, but once he's done, for sure, one of the or not the best center fielders to ever play the game.
No, he knows when he signed long term. You know who he signed up for. I love Trout. He's a dog, but do I feel bad that he don't make the playoffs? No, because he chose to sign there.
Exactly,
Long term. He knows
and
what it is.
and that's one thing about him is that even though his team doesn't make the playoffs, he has no rings, for sure. And I mean, we can't argue any of that he is the best or not one of the best center fielders ever to play the game. So I don't think you can waste a career in baseball. I think you can make a career look better when it comes to winning championships, pennants, whatever you may have, MVPs. Well, not even MVPs is solely based on that person. So honestly, no, I don't think they're wasting his career. I think he's gonna get paid, even if it's from the Cubs or somebody else. I just
I
hope that
think
the Cubs.
he's the long term face of the Cubs. Javi Baez.
Oh yeah. Honestly, as somebody who has to say that.
Honestly.
We'll
Mario
see.
Perez says, and Javi Papi can do no wrong.
Besides strike out a million times, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
stop. You're going to make Mario cry, dude. Stop.
I know. When it comes to him and Nick Foles, that's his guy, right? That's his boy.
Oh, Nick
Do you
Foles.
have
Don't
your
even start, man. Close, bro.
do you have your top five shortstop? Like, do you know off top of your head
Who you
Who,
talking
me?
or anybody? Doesn't matter.
Well, obviously you got Paco Lindor. Not, I mean, I'm not going off of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but you got
Right.
Lindor. You got
Corey
about?
Seager.
Story.
Yeah, you got Corey. I was gonna say Corey Seager. I was kind of hesitant to say Simon from the A's, if I'm saying his last name right. Tim
did you
Anderson for
say?
sure from the
Who'd you
A's.
say from the A's?
Marcus Semien.
Oh,
Yeah,
Marcus Semien.
Simon, whatever the.
Hey, he's a free agent, you know?
Yeah, he's a free agent. So honestly, maybe I did jump the gun saying he's not top five, but honestly, man, he's not playing like he is. He's not
After
top
this
five,
season,
but
no. After
I
this
think,
season, no, he's not top 5.
and you know what's funny about this? John was saying that Tim Anderson was top 3, and people were giving him a lot of stuff for it, But I think he's
Uh,
top
I
top
think
3.
I think he's like bottom 5. Like he's barely made the top 5 list.
So he's
He
top
just-
10.
I put him at like 6.
Yeah.
But last
Anderson?
year, y'all weren't saying he was top 10. He was fresh off a batting title.
You said what?
You guys were saying he was top 10 last year, and he was coming off a batting title.
I didn't say that. We had that argument. I didn't say that.
Right. I don't remember that.
Oh,
So
fine.
right now, Tim Anderson's top 10 to you guys, but not top 5.
Yeah.
He's top 3.
Nah.
Okay, fine.
No.
Who's better
I'm
than Tim Anderson?
definitely no. You're only as good as your last year. That's how I see it. That's why
Okay.
the top 10s, top 5s switch up every single year. 'Cause you're only as good as, and the guys that stay on top are the consistent guys. Right now, he's coming off of 2 consistent years. He almost won the batting title again this year. He even
Yeah.
had some MVP, talk. with Abreu. So I definitely consider Tim Anderson top 3 right now.
I'm
I
curious.
probably wouldn't put him 1. I can't let my fandom do that. I'd probably go with a consistent
You're
shortstop
gonna
who's been
put
there.
Tim Anderson over Tatis?
Right. I would.
No,
Right now,
well,
Wouldn't?
maybe. Honestly,
right now,
I
yeah.
see Tim Anderson 1 and
I
2
say yeah
is
because Tim Anderson showed up in the playoffs and Tatis didn't. He only showed
I
up for
would.
like game 1.
I
Well,
would.
then if you're bringing playoff performances, then you're gonna put him over Corey Seager.
Right. Exactly.
When
Because
in
Corey
this
Seager
year,
did.
no,
Corey
absolutely
Seager's
not.
the Corey Seager's World Series MVP.
NL Series MVP was. Oh, he is World Series. Yeah. So then right now, going based off of that, he deserves number 1 spot of shortstop.
I think. I think it's Lindor,
I feel like
Seager,
that's
then
only fair.
Tatis. I
No,
don't.
I don't
think
think
it's,
so. I don't think so because to Zito's point, when you think teams are wasting talent, something like that. What if, for example, then if that case, is Trout not the top center fielder in the league then?
right.
Yes.
Best man in the game.
That's what I'm saying. So then he
That's
never
fair.
made it to the World Series. He never even seen the play. He probably seen the playoffs a handful of times, but so that means to your guys' point, if you're not in the playoffs or if you're not a World Series MVP, that means you're not elite. No,
I think it hurts. I think it hurts your reputation. I mean, obviously, it's not up to him. It's all in the Angels organization. But I think if you don't have playoff performances on your resume, then it's like hard to judge you. Like obviously, Mike Trout, generational talent, probably gonna go down as the greatest of all time. But seeing is like, dude, this dude barely made the playoffs. It's like it's hard to like judge him.
Yeah, but I bring that up because you guys are saying Corey Seager's top shortstop because he's an MVP in the World
No,
Series.
I mean, he's top shortstop just because he's consistent. He can hit and he's a decent infielder. But it's just like I feel like Corey Seager produces more than Tim Anderson.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, yes. Tim Anderson does have a higher average, but it's just like I just feel like Corey Seager produces more RBIs. That's just my point.
I mean, man, with that lineup, a lot of people get on base with that lineup. You know what I'm saying? With the Dodgers lineup, a lot of people get on base with that one. No, yeah, that's a fair argument. Honestly, I would say top 3 is probably going to be.
So if you were to put Tim Anderson on the Dodgers right now, would he have the same amount of RBIs as Corey Seager?
More,
Probably, yeah.
because Anderson hits for power a lot more.
Anderson hits for power?
Okay, if you put Tatis Jr. on the Dodgers, does he put up as much as Corey Seager?
Yes.
I'm gonna say no, because he's not.
I'm sorry,
He's not.
power.
He's not.
But
He's so young. I mean,
but
he's
he
an
does
upcoming guy. He's top 5 already. Probably. I honestly, okay, I'm gonna say top 10. I want to say top 5. But give him a few more years, and he should be, well, hopefully a World Series MVP one day. But I can't put him above Tim Anderson.
hey, we'll leave that for the chat, right? I don't know if you guys want to chime in on that one. That's a tough one because that's been an argument, especially in Chicago. Who's a better shortstop? Obviously, I think after this season, we all know.
Anderson.
It's definitely Anderson.
It's not even a debate anymore. It's
not.
right.
But before the season started, everybody was like, "Oh my God,
Right.
who's better? Who's this?" But I mean, maybe top 3, like I said, safe to assume is Seager, Tatis, and Anderson. Maybe not in that order, maybe, but hey, I'm happy that the Sox finally got somebody who's actually pretty good at shortstop because that's somebody that they always had somebody flashy with Alexei Ramirez, everything like that. Before him, who they have?
Juan Uribe.
The murder.
They had Orlando Cabrera.
Yeah, they had a lot of flashy players, but nobody as steady as this one, right? So yeah, so we'll see what's up. I mean, like I said, I'm happy that they finally got a shortstop that's promising, right? So hopefully the Sox can lock him up for a long-term deal.
I think he's in until 2023 right now.
Yeah, and trust me, man, after the 2023 deal,
he's gonna get paid.
he's gonna get paid. Hopefully not from the Yankees, right? Because the Yankees always scoop up somebody that's good.
It's all of that.
Right.
Hopefully, man. Hopefully, but do you guys want to take a dive into this free agency or what?
Yeah, let's
A
do
little
it.
bit. Yeah. Let's see.
First we gotta start off with
What are the big names?
Like our free agent predictions.
yeah. I mean,
just
honestly,
just name a couple like free agent. Whether it's bold or just a big name you think is gonna go somewhere? Are the Indians? Well, the Indians said they want to trade Lindor. Where do you see him going?
Yeah, so for sure, what I'm gonna do for you guys, I'm going to just name some players. You guys let me know where you guys think he'll land. I'll chime in too, but for me, I'll start off with Trevor Bauer. Like I said, I've been saying all this whole show. Trevor Bauer is gonna go to the Mets. I think they're gonna one. He has a Cy Young worthy MLB leading 1.72 ERA, 12 strikeouts over 9. Right, the Mets desperately need somebody behind DeGrom. Right. And their pitching is ranked 26th in ERA. So when you have Trevor Bauer with a 1.7 ERA and you put him into a team that needs somebody who needs a low ERA person, trust me, they're looking to spend money with the Mets are looking to spend money. They need to lower down that ERA, and they need a desperate number 2 behind DeGrom. I think bringing over Bauer would be a great investment over the next few years, and I know he wants a couple 1-2 year deals, but I think the Mets are going to try to lock him up for a long-term deal because, man, DeGrom needs some help. Honestly, I don't know.
I think that would be a great rotation because you'll have like DeGrom, Bauer, and then you'll have Strop, and then Syndergaard. I think that'd be
Is
my
Syndergaard
guy.
even gonna come back? Like, how late did he get his Tommy John?
I
Honestly,
think
that's a
he's
good point.
expected after the All-Star break.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Fingers
So,
crossed that we have a regular season next year.
no, I don't think so, man. Everything's regressing. I mean, everybody's progressing. I'm sorry, regressing like crazy. So I don't see him having a normal season, quote unquote normal season. I definitely there'll be some MLB this year, but I don't think it's going to be no anywhere near normal. It's going to be something like we're used to now, the new normal, right? 60, 70 games. But yeah, man, we'll see, man. Hopefully, we did hear some talks about some bubbles being played. I don't know how that's going to work, but man, we'll see, man. But John, I was talking about I'm just going to riddle off
You
some
saying
players.
Bauer to the Mets? Foul, bro. He's going to the
Foul.
Sox. He's going to the Sox.
Okay, put your fandom to the
So
side.
Daniel agrees with me on Facebook. He says Bauer to the Sox.
Oh, of course, I would love to see Trevor Bauer to the Sox. I will love that. No, obviously, no more than anybody else. But let's be realistic here. Honestly, I don't.
It is
That's
realistic. We're in win now mode.
sure. I mean, hey, and luckily for Trevor Bauer, he's unique
honestly,
because
I can see the Reds throwing him a lot of money to bring him back.
well, the thing about it, does he want to go back to the Reds? That's the thing.
All that too, of course. But
And luckily for the Sox, Trevor Bauer is unique. A lot of players do want big deals, but this guy wants 1-year deals. So, like you said, win now mode. Hey, I honestly don't see. I mean, I don't mind seeing a 35
just
mil.
looking from Bauer's point, I mean, I think there's more potential on the Sox than there is the Mets. The Mets kind of seems like they're all hype right now because they got a new owner that's wanting to spend money, but it's like, what's there, you know? Aside from their starting pitching, it's like they don't.
Yeah.
You know, they lost their left fielder. I think Robinson Cano's still there, who's my boy. I love him with the Yankees, but he's not the Robbie Cano he used to be. Like, the Sox are a more appealing team to a pitcher like Bauer, who's only looking for 1 or 2 years.
Yeah. So we'll see what's up. Tony, what do you think, man? What do you think about Trevor Bauer? Do you think he's gonna?
I think realistically, he's gonna end up on the Mets. But if we're talking like what I think would be very interesting is, and talking about 1 or 2 year deals, I think the Braves are really interesting because they just lost to the Achilles. I think the Braves would be great, like him and Max Fried.
Yeah.
That's nasty.
Yeah. All right. So let's go to the next talent, JT Bermuda, right? I have him now. Hear me out on this, right? I have him re-signing with the Phillies, right? Phillies coming out and stating that JT. So no, hold on. So Phillies. They came out and said that JT is their priority this offseason. I can see JT and Philly working out a deal to keep him in town because this has something similar to you Cub fans. They gave up a lot to bring JT. The Phillies need to sign him because, one, he's an elite catcher, right? And like I said before, extremely hard to find in MLB right now. And on top of that, I don't know if you guys remember who they traded for him. They traded Sixto Sanchez for him, which was their top prospect in their system. So if you let go of JT with the free agency, then you got a catcher, which was great, good sign. Don't get me wrong, but then you let go of one of your top prospects for him too. So
and Jorge Alfaro too.
yeah. So that And I know we can all tie into this trade because I mean, the Sox and the Cubs have a trade that stung for you guys with Jose Quintana, which you guys let go of a lot. So I think we all know how that feels to let go of some of top prospects for somebody who's okay, right? I know this doesn't apply to JT because obviously he's elite. Jose Quintana just never got it going, right? We all can agree on that. But I honestly think JT's going to re-sign with the Phillies because they already gave up so much for him. And like I said before, and I say it again, elite catchers are extremely hard to find. What do you think, Jack?
I can see JT going to the Mets. Actually, I feel like he's already got a taste of the Phillies and whether they can win a World Series or not. And looking at, like I said, the excitement of the Mets, they got a great rotation over there. So it'd be great for a guy in his spot to go over there. And like I said, they're gonna break the bank open. So
yeah, they'll break the bank open. But how much
I
though?
can see it
Defense?
going over there. Like you said, it's elite catches are hard to find. If the Mets are really serious, they need to lock them up now while they can.
Yeah. How about you, Nick? What you think?
I do think he does sign with the Mets. I agree with John, only because I mean the Mets, like, they're not really. I don't think they're going anywhere because they just lost Jake Arrieta, Zach Eflin, so now they really only have Aaron Nola, and so it's kind of, and like you said, like the Mets new owner is like ready to spend some money. So I mean, yeah, I do think he's going to the Mets, and then also with the DH added and now you can just add Wilson Ramos as a DH.
Yeah. Well, actually, man, you know what? I think they're still up for grabs for that DH thing on the AL NL thing. Or did they already?
Last I've seen, I think it's up for grabs.
Yeah. Hopefully, because I mean, I've been going back and forth with this since I was since I was a little kid. I think if it's the same league, same rules, right? Like, there's no reason why an AL or NL should have different rules. I know they have. I know people make many points against my point, but it's so silly. Nobody wants to see a pitcher. Nobody wants to see the biggest investment in baseball because pitching, that's your biggest investment. You don't want to see that guy take a fastball to the ribs or to the hip. Trust me. Nobody wants to see that. It's better for the game for the pitchers to, not even for the. It's better for the organizations to protect their investments, to pitch, because that's all they're there for is to pitch. And it's also better for the game, right? You get a lot more action with the DHs in there, right? But hey, the MLB has their reasons why they same league, different rules. But hey, man, that's near there or here or there. What do you think, Tony? What do you think, JT?
Yeah, I'm gonna hop on the Mets. I think the Phillies, they've just shown consistently that they just can't get over that hump. I don't know what other piece that they can add. I mean, they're losing Arrieta, losing Eflin, DDZ, his contract is up. This free agency, I just don't know if they have the money to spend to get more guys.
They're paying Harper too much.
Yeah,
Jeez.
Harper got too much.
What a terrible sign.
Yeah, the Mets are just I think it's like a perfect fit. The Mets, they lost Travis d'Arnaud to the Braves, and that stung. So they're looking for that guy, that catcher. And then if they got DeGrom, they got Stroman. It's a great 1-2 punch with those guys. He's a great bat. I think he's the best catcher in baseball. And then he's gonna get a fat check.
All right. How about you, John? Where do you think he's gonna go?
I said Mets.
Oh, yeah, you did. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I said the Mets.
My bad. Okay, so next, obviously, we got George Springer, right? It's one of the top one of the top outfielders this season. I have him going to the Tigers.
The Tigers, back with his old manager.
Yeah. So
That's not bad.
yeah, honestly, there's a lot of recent reports. A lot of recent reports. I'm sorry, that he says he wants out of Houston.
Yeah, he doesn't want to go back to Houston.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously, in that 2020 season, he led the Astros with 14 home runs and an 889 OPS. And like you said, right now, John, he has familiarity with AJ Hitch. So I mean,
it's not a bad move.
I mean, but here's the thing where I'm kind of hesitant to say the Tigers because though he doesn't fit in their current like rebuild stage, he's not old, he's not young, he's just like I guess he's right in the middle. Even though he doesn't fit in the rebuild stage, I think that will help accelerate the process because obviously let's be real. When you're in a rebuild stage, you need somebody to be at the helm
To be the
of the
anchor,
club.
to be the guy. Yeah. But
Yeah,
I don't think Springer wants to be part of a rebuild, though.
yeah.
So,
Well, I mean, hey, money talks, man. Money talks. We'll see, right? What do you guys think? How about you, Tony? What do you think?
I think. Um. Well, this one, I'll say two teams. So one of them, it's the Mets. Obviously, I just don't think like a signing like Realmuto alone will get it done. They need to get at probably like two guys as free agency, or another team. I think the White Sox can probably get him.
Hopefully, because my fandom did say the White Sox, but I was like, hey, man, you know what? Let's be realistic here, right? But hopefully they can, man, because like I said, like we said before, they are getting rid of close to $30 million in contract. And I know that it's only for obviously for 1 year deals here and there, but yeah, man, hopefully George Springer can they can land him because I think what's gonna stop George Springer or just any organization is I think George Springer is gonna want a hefty contract, not hefty, a lengthy contract. Well,
Yeah,
hefty too, obviously. And he's gonna be like an Albert Pujols, right? Where like the contract that he wants wouldn't make sense with the end of the years that he's gonna be playing.
Yeah.
We'll see how that works out, right? But definitely the Sox have the money for it. So do the Mets, the Tigers. A lot of people have the money for it. We'll just see if his contract makes sense, right?
all right.
How about you, Nick?
I'm. This is a bold one, but I have him going to the Angels.
I can see it.
That'd
Yeah, I
be
can see that.
decent.
I mean, they have a new GM, and then according to the new GM, he wants to win around Mike Trout. I mean, obviously he's the best player in the world right now. I mean, and I think him adding George Springer's bag with Mike Trout and Anthony Rendon and I think that rookie Joe Adab I
Joe
think
Adell.
he'll be I think he'll be a great fit with the Angels. Yeah, that's just my take on it.
Awesome. Hey, man, you got a little baseball in your hand? It's
Yeah.
cute. I like that. That's cute. How about you, John? What about George?
I could see him going to Atlanta.
Oh, that's great.
I think they want to stock up on their bats, their firepower to say.
Well, that will make sense, which will be my next person. If they sign or if they let go of Marcel, right? Marcel Ozuna.
Yeah.
Well, Marcel they had in the DH, and that's actually a guy I wanted the Sox to sign last year. Didn't happen. And now he's gonna get a payday, so I don't even have him on the Sox list.
Correct. But mind you, he was in the DH. But what if it doesn't come back this year? What do you do with him?
Right. Well, I mean, he was kind of shaky. Who was he playing with the Cardinals before in Alpha? He had a couple of bloopers on ESPN's Not Top 10.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, but he has a good bat. But that's why I think they'll go with a more consistent, true outfielder.
Awesome. So, I mean, I already said it here, guys. So, Marcel Ozuna, I have him re-signing with Atlanta. He ended up being one of the best
pickup.
Yeah, well, not even that. One of the best hitters. And when you have a lineup like that, like the Braves do, to stand out in that lineup to be one of the best hitters on that team,
Yeah.
that's saying a lot. So in 60 games, he hit a 338 and 18 home runs. So that's nothing to smirk about, right? And also Atlanta, just like a lot of other teams, they're in win it now mode, and I can't see them letting go of the middle of the lineup hitter.
Real quick, Daniel has a good one on the comments here. He says he can see Springer going to the Rays.
They're not gonna spend that money.
Stock up on their bats.
They're not gonna spend.
But the thing about the Rays and what they're known for is they're small market, small spending.
Right, but like you said earlier, you mentioned it for a rebuilding team, but here's a Rays. They got a taste of the World Series. Maybe they want to crack the checkbook open, and that way they got that one player that holds it down for everybody. That one true star, I guess you want to call him.
Yeah, honestly, I think the Rays are. I mean, call me crazy. I think they're a couple pieces away from winning their.
Yeah, I don't see the Rays going back next year. So
they're a couple pieces away, but I mean, like I said, man,
it would be appealing. It'd be appealing for the Rays to go after Springer.
Of course, of course. Unless somebody comes in and shows us some serious cash for Ozuna, I think it would be crazy for Atlanta not to sign him, especially if this DH thing comes back to the NL. Honestly, I don't see them signing him to a crazy deal because this NL and DH thing is not gonna stand
Right.
for that long. I don't see him staying that long, but hopefully maybe like a 1 or 2 year deal, throwing him a couple of 10 or 15 mil, whatever seems suitable for him and his agent. But hey, man, I don't know, man. What do you guys think? What do you think, Tony?
I can see the Nationals trying to go get him. Trey Turner just had an MVP-like season. Starting rotation is going to hold their own. They missed Anthony Rendon's bat, so I think he's a good guy. If they have the DH, then he can slide in right there.
Yeah,
Or yeah,
awesome, man. How about you, Nick? You good?
Um, Wait, so did he decline or the
it's
Braves
free.
offer, or did the Braves offer him anything?
That I'm not sure of, right?
I mean, because if not, then I just feel like he stays with the Braves. I mean,
Yeah, of course. And
yeah,
obviously, I mean, to people watching, I don't know if you guys know what arbitration or how that works, but that's literally not really an argument, but three people have to come to an agreement, right? There's a whole court system with the Braves, the agent, sometimes the talent is there too, with the judge, and they have to plead their case in front of a judge, and we'll see how that goes. Obviously, those can end up pretty ugly. Arbitrations do work out sometimes. It worked out for Chris Bryant and the Cubbies, but sometimes arbitration, man, those get pretty messy, right? But
right.
we'll see what's up. We'll see what's up. So next, obviously DJ LeMahieu. I mean, extremely solid for New York, hitting and leading the MLB with a 364 average. Plays multiple positions with New York. The thing about it though is he has a history with injuries. But I mean, he fits in just right with New York. I think he's going to re-sign there. But I mean, I don't see them letting go of one of their top talents, unless somebody offers him something crazy. But I mean, again, another team that's in win now mode. I know we've been saying that a lot, but a lot of teams they're. I think honestly they're taking notes from other teams, and I think it's like everybody is like short term like win now mode, and then just like blow it up, right? But because we've been saying that the win now mode is with the Sox. Win now mode. Well, I wouldn't say the Cubs anymore. I don't know. Maybe the Cubs, right? But I don't know, man. What do you guys think? Do you think DJ's gonna re-sign with the Yankees?
I don't think he's gonna sign. Just because they really haven't gone anywhere. They've been really consistent on just staying in the ALCS, and then the losing. I mean, at this point, I'm pretty sure he wants to win. He wants a ring, but then also I also see him going to the Angels if they don't sign George Springer, just because um Albert Pujols is already getting up there in age, so they're gonna need a first baseman. And since DJ LeMahieu plays multiple positions, he can be a great at bat. To Anthony Rendon, he hits 364. He can be a great at bat next to Anthony Rendon and Mike Trout.
Yeah. What do you think, Tony?
I think and the Yankees have to try and hold on to him. That he's just that steady guy. I think the Yankees are gonna do whatever they can. That's why we're seeing these trade rumors of them trying to get rid of Giancarlo Stanton because they want to bring back DJ, and then they're gonna have to pay Glaber when the day comes. They're gonna have to pay.
Well, they did say they're open to offers for Torres. They're open to listen.
And do they want to send him back to the Cubs? I'll take him.
Ooh.
Right, exactly. Are you serious, dude? Like, we freaking. Oh my God.
What do you think,
a lot.
I gotta agree with Tony. I think the Yankees got to do everything they can to bring back DJ. And to be honest with you, I think he did kind of, I guess to put it nicely, revive his career over there because he was kind of falling off.
Yeah.
I don't know where he's putting up crazy stats.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I think the Yankees, that's like their number one guys to bring him back. I mean, I can see them letting go of all their pitching arms before letting go as far as like Tanaka, Paxton, so on. So I definitely think he's priority number one for the Yankees to bring back, especially like he almost won MVP this year. You got to bring him back.
Yeah, right. And I mean, like I said before, right, when it comes to the free agency this year, man, if we talk about all these players that are on the free agency, like Hendricks, Tanaka, Turner, Cruz, Didi, McCann, Tommy La Stella, trust me, we'll be here for 3 or 4 hours, right? So I think after this one, I think top five, top six were probably talkable points, but afterwards you got like the Michael Brantleys, the La Stellas that they're I'm not gonna really impact a team completely 180, but they're gonna be that extra push that teams need. And those for sure for me will probably be the most important signings, right? The smaller signings, not the big names.
Of course, like
But
the
like
Billy Hamiltons, if you go to
yeah,
any team, stuff like that.
exactly. So I mean, yeah, like I said, we can't go over all these free agents. So I think we'll just end it at the top
Real
six or
quick,
top seven.
Daniel on Facebook says if the Yankees lose DJ, they'll lose their table setter and runs will go down. Yankees rely too much on the long ball. They did,
Any more
like I said,
comments?
I gotta agree with Tony and Daniel. He has to come. The Yankees need him to come back.
Yeah. Hey John, any more comments before we close this out that are
Nah,
on
man,
there?
this has been fun, guys. We're all good. The
Yeah.
comments, everyone was live with us. That was the last one. One more coming in. Daniel says old school baseball still wins games. I
Of
feel like
course,
that's
small
what
ball.
Bruce is gonna prove too. He got
Yeah,
some
the
more
small
tricks
ball.
up his sleeve he's gonna bring.
Yeah, guys, Tony, Nick, any last comments before we close this out, guys? It's been a pleasure, man. It's been really fun. I know time flew. We've been here since 8 o'clock, almost 2 hours, and like I was telling John, and we do this at work all the time, talking baseball. I could do this I could do it all day, right? But I know we all have lives and stuff like that, and I know John is a father of two, right? So he has to get back to father duties. But any last comments, Tony, Nick?
No, I mean, I just want to say this is fun, and yeah, I mean, I would want to do it again for sure.
Yeah.
Of course, we're gonna do it again, guys. Yeah,
As the signings come in, we'll do some more of these.
Yeah, hopefully we do this maybe like a weekly thing or maybe like a bi-weekly thing until MLB comes back, right? But yeah, honestly, with baseball, it's a very unique sport because even when in the off season, that's when a lot of games are won, metaphorically speaking, because of the signings, right? Especially this year. So yeah, hopefully we get to do this weekly, maybe have some special guests on here and there. And yeah, guys, we'll go from there, man. But it's been fun, guys. I really appreciate you guys, and I really appreciate everybody watching. Thanks, guys. I really
For sure.
appreciate it.
Thank you to everybody watching. Thank you guys for hopping on to doing this.
Yeah, let's go Sox.
We'll keep everybody posted and we'll do this again.
Yeah, guys.
Y'all be safe, man.
Y'all take care, guys. Good night.
All right. Bye.
Later.